So, yeah, and a 1,000-yard rusher with Arkansas, the first one in forever for the Razorbacks. So I'm always curious, picking Phil's mind on those running backs.
I'm definitely going to, watch some film on them as well. I used to love when you would go to the Senior Bowl and then come back and we would report back to you and you would explain things. R.J. Harvey, did he go to the Senior Bowl?
No.
East-West Shrine?
No.
All right, so what was your evaluation on RJ? Because
I didn't think it was the best back in the Big 12. I'll tell you that.
I didn't have him on my radar at all. That's why I'm asking.
I had him, I think, fourth. If we go back and think of all the Big 12 running backs, and we think of the Ollie Gordons, the DJ Giddens, who you and I talked about a lot.
Devin Neal.
Yeah, Devin Neal. He was my guy. I love Devin Neal at the Senior Bowl last year. RJ was behind all those guys, but clearly Sean had a different idea. I had the best vision in the draft. Okay, but I kind of like that idea, and maybe this is why that Mike Washington kid is such an attraction to me. Jonah Coleman's my favorite, but the Washington kid is so huge, 6'2", 230. It's kind of the opposite, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of RJ.
The opposite of RJ. I kind of like the idea of you need a little power, you need a little speed. You got power, you got speed, you got both, but clearly building weapon around Bo is the offseason. It's going to be like a fantasy football draft this year.
Well, in terms of what would you say, 6'2", 230?
230, yeah.
That's about that's me right now. Seriously. Well,
Okay.
I'm
230,
Can you play?
about 225.
You hold the weight well, man.
Missing the power and explosion that you were talking about.
You're talking about me.
So you got rebounding skills.
But I got a question for you. How many running backs do you forecast going in the first round, and then what would you forecast for rounds 2 and 3? And I'm putting you on the spot. And obviously this is
early swipe. There could be, and I count day 2 as just one, so it's second and third round. If we go day 1, could be as many as 4 first-round running backs. It's that sort of class. That sort of class.
I got to see this.
It's strong at running back. It's stronger at receiver. A little bit less so at tight end. Kenyon Sadeek's probably going to go in the teens, so you're going to have to move up if you want the Oregon tight end. And if we take day 2 into account, which is second and third round, we're talking about 10 running backs. This is a really strong running back class.
Excellent.
And I want the Broncos to double dip. Last year, they should have double dipped. And we talked about the teams that had multiple 100-yard rushers.
Yeah.
Like the Bears, in one game, had both DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monaghan rush for over 100 yards. Broncos never had that.
No.
JK out there with 100 a couple of times, but Kyle Monaghan was a 7th-round pick that you could have got instead of Caleb Lohner, the Garage Project. I want guys that can make an impact. Jahdae Barron, he could be a Pro Bowler in 2 years.
You said the Garage Project.
He played 5 snaps. Jahdae Barron could be a Pro Bowler in 2 years. He played 5 snaps in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
I think that's corrupt. You need guys that can make an impact now because you're not in a Super Bowl window in 2 or 3 years. You're in it right now.
Yeah.
And you hope to continue to be in it.
Wow. Man, it's we turn the page quick, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
And it's just, and I know for our show, we're going to start talking about specific names tomorrow. We'll talk about positions today. But it comes fast and furious.
Man, I don't want it to come so fast, though, man. I could have been okay with pushing this off for another couple of weeks.
At least we're not talking about it in October. How many years, brother, did you and I do radio? It would be October. Tell us about the draft.
What do you know about this Phillip Lindsay kid?
Man, truly. So both things are true, right? I mean, thankful that the Broncos were one of the Final Four teams playing.
Yeah.
Everyone else had already turned the page, and was watching the Denver Broncos, but also, the prospect of what could have been and maybe what should have been, coming here in 10 days or so in the Super Bowl. And it's going to be stuck in my craw for a while. Each day is getting a little bit better, but it's just, damn.
It's not going to go away until after the Super Bowl. After the Super Bowl, because even when we're watching, because we're all going to watch it. We're going to watch the Super Bowl because it's the Super Bowl, right? The Super Bowl halftime show, the commercials, it's going to be a fun time. But,
aren't you going to be kind of mad, though?
Oh, for sure I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be upset, especially if the Patriots go out there and look bad. It's come on, man. We definitely could have been in there with our backup quarterback and did that exact same thing. Now, if the Patriots go out there and win, it's okay, it's understandable. They should. They have everything, the quarterback, 2 running backs, defense is starting to play well. But, yeah, I'm going to be upset.
I have been in the past sometimes, and it's not every single instance, so it's kind of a la carte. But in the past, I have, in some ways, been rooting for the team that knocks off your team.
Yeah.
So at least you got beat by a champion. I don't want to see the New England Patriots go win the Super Bowl. I really don't. I am going to be a Seattle Seahawks fan on Super Bowl Sunday, and I think they're the better team. I think
they have the better story. And when it comes to the quarterback, think about Sam Darnold and what that man has went through.
Sure.
From when he was the number one, well, he wasn't number one. It was
he was a third overall pick.
Third overall
yeah.
pick. And I played against him. USC, athletic, had the arm and everything. But you go to the Jets to die. I'm sorry, man. Everybody can tell you that. Found a way, went to the Panthers. He was a practice squad quarterback. All right, he wasn't given the opportunity. Him and Baker Mayfield were on the same team together.
Yep.
And then you turn around, he gets an opportunity. He does a little rehab with the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
You know, great
Who
thing,
wanted him.
best thing, right? That happened for him. You're right. And had his chance with the Vikings. The Vikings decided to go with J.J. McCartney's Zach Boy, right? J.J. McCartney. And McCarthy, sorry. A little congested here. And had a great year. Couldn't get past who he needed to in the playoffs. And then all of a sudden this year with the Seattle Seahawks doing his thing in the Super Bowl, going to be probably the first one if he wins, right? He'll be the first quarterback in the 2018 class.
Correct.
To win a damn Super Bowl.
Or playing one.
Or playing one. That's crazy.
That is crazy because that was a great class.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about two-time MVP Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
One-time reigning MVP Josh Allen.
Yep.
It was Josh Rosen who washed out pretty quick.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield goes number one.
Sam Darnold goes
and
three.
Sam, that's it. Yeah, that's the five of them.
Yeah.
And if Sam Darnold is the first one to go with that is nuts. That really is nuts.
Yeah, so I'm calming down as this week's gone on.
Yeah.
And then I know, like Phil, that I'm going to see the Patriots Super Bowl coverage, and I'm going to see Portnoy up there talking about, hey, let us into the Super Bowl this year, Barstool, and the Patriots, and F you, Roger Goodell. And I'm just going to get mad all over again. I think part of it is Patriots fan. Sick of Patriots fans.
Well, this has been a true rival of the Denver Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it feels like it was reignited, in that AFC Championship game. And, after are the Patriots a bigger rival to the Denver Broncos than the Raiders?
I think so.
Yeah.
Raiders aren't any good.
So.
Right. Like, it hasn't been a relevant rivalry.
No.
The Patriots-Broncos has been a much more relevant rivalry. And it feels like the clock has started over on that thing, after the Brady Manning era. And so, man, it's just it still stings, but look, they're still going to play the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They're still going to kick off the game. But I do not want to see Mike Vrabel and Drake May and that fan base have another parade.
Holding up the Lombardi, kissing it.
No.
I can't see it.
You know what else I don't want to see? I hate to do this to you. I don't want to see Peyton Watson in a Lakers uniform.
No. And that is a extremely relevant conversation that we will be circling back to. And by the way, if you think that conversation is catching some traction now, wait until this offseason. It's going to be one of the biggest NBA I can't believe that sentence is true, that Peyton Watson has played so well that one of the biggest NBA conversations this side of Giannis Antetokounmpo, and maybe he gets traded here in the next 7 days.
Maybe to Golden State. Maybe to Houston. Maybe to Detroit.
He's not going to go to Houston. You can mark my words on that.
Well, Detroit. What he just said right there.
ESPN ranked the teams, and Houston was actually pretty high up there.
Yeah.
Golden State was high, and Detroit, I think, was number one.
Houston is high on the list because they have the stuff to make it happen.
Okay.
And there's only a handful of NBA teams that own.
Here we go.
Sorry, ZB.
No. It's fine. Really, the biggest candidates are the organizations that own their entire draft. And when I say draft, I'm not talking about this year. They own all the picks in the foreseeable future. That's what Giannis is ultimately probably going to go for, unless the Bucks say, we want young players as well.
Yeah.
And then you can maybe talk about a Philadelphia 76ers. We want VJ Edgecombe plus. But there's only a list of about 4 or 5 teams that, in my humble opinion, unless Giannis makes his intentions clear where he wants to go, because then you're trading basically a rental for a year and a half. The team that trades for Giannis is going to trade for him and then turn around and give him a $270 million extension. So when you start whittling down the teams that are in that conversation,
only a few can do
there's
it.
only a handful that will actually make sense for that organization to trade this generational player, or they say we're not trading him right now. And we're gonna figure this out in the offseason and maybe even next year's trade deadline because he'll still be under contract. So, but this side of that conversation,
nobody's getting Payton Watson. Nobody's getting Mr. Watson.
Payton Watson is going to be one of like the 3 or 4 biggest conversations in the NBA's offseason.
That's insane.
Because I don't think he's getting traded anywhere. Because your championship odds go way down if you trade that guy the way that he's playing right now and what he represents athletically and defensively.
Then you better get a ring with him.
Yeah.
While he's still here.
Well, here's the thing. He's a restricted free agent. So, like, you can
match,
you
right?
you can, but there's other mechanics that you can try to figure this out. So we're definitely going to talk about it, but it's fascinating conversation. Took that bait from Cecil. Goodness.
Watson.
Go 2-3 minutes over. All right. Do we have a Cold War developing between the Broncos coach and quarterback? Or is it simply a dust-up that will blow over? That's next.
The 2025 season came to a frustrating end. But the Broncos look like they're just getting started.
Just 2 years ago, you had people around the NFL saying the Broncos would be lucky to be able to field a team. And what did they do in those 2 years? They won 24 games, finished first, hosted the AFC Championship game, and lost a 3-point game with a backup quarterback.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Not sure how to tackle your taxes? Are you sweating the small print? You may be experiencing FOMO, the fear of messing up. The answer? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They help you get your biggest refund, and then we help you do more with it, with a personalized plan designed to help you hit your money goals. It's time to take your taxes to the max. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder, now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars, Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And I've learned to grind through injuries and keep moving forward. But now that grind is becoming a breakdown. If you're ignoring joint pain, you're just waiting for a surgery you don't want. At Regenerex, they use your body's own biology, like stem cells, PRP, shockwave therapy, to repair the damage and get you back in the game. They focus on regenerating the joints, not just masking the symptoms. So you need to give my guys over at Regenerex a call today and schedule a free consultation. The number is 303-630-9770 or visit regenerex.co.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Thursday, January 29th. Got our guy Phil back and a ton to get to. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, man? I'm glad to be back. Glad to be back.
I missed you yesterday. It was an interesting
I
day.
missed you guys. I bet there was a bunch of drama going on.
Yes, there was.
Oh, yes, there was. Oh, man, but I'll tell you this. All right, the antibiotics that they have in today's world, they do wonders for you the next day. And, I had the ear infection. You told me about how you have had one before.
I was in urgent care on Friday with the ear.
Yeah, so I went and I was like, you know what? Something is just not right. Go get checked out. Have a major ear infection that was leading to strep throat. So I ended up getting the antibiotics. Feeling great today. 24 hours. I'm here. I'm not going to make sure I'm not contagious, so you're not going to get it now. And, well, man, I missed you.
I have something. I am fighting something. So don't be surprised if you may not see me tomorrow.
All
I mean, I am.
I'll hand the baton to you. Go get you some rest.
Yes. But it's good to have you back. Yeah, man. Those antibiotics a year ago, last year. You remember I was sick for a month. I had a severe sinus infection that I was just coming to work with every single day and battling through it and sleeping in another room away from my wife. And then I just said, "Hey, bud, why don't you try going to the doctor?" And 24 hours later, I was like feeling infinitely better. So, yeah, I'm glad you got that taken care of. And hopefully I'm gonna hang tough here. Man, what an interesting day yesterday was for so many reasons. What did you make of? I'll just sort of. I'm curious of your opinion. Richie filled in admirably yesterday, and we had some really good conversations. But the sort of like war of words is probably too strong, but it was a pissed off Bo Nix.
Yeah,
because of Sean sharing how many injuries he's had. All right, and we'll get to the technicality of from the Broncos side. See, we may be pulling back the curtain a little bit here today on the show, just a little bit.
All right.
Just a little bit.
Because there's a lot. There's layers to it.
There are.
It's like an onion. Onions have layers. This situation, Bo Nix, Sean Payton, the Denver Broncos, there's layers to everything. There's context to everything as well, man.
There's no doubt. So I'm curious of your thoughts. You have Sean Payton sharing how many injuries Bo has had to his ankle.
Yeah.
You have Sean then after the fact as well in the season-ending press conference sharing that he was predisposed to the injury, that the injury was going to happen. It's just sooner than later type deal, sharing the what the surgeon had said.
Yeah, too much information.
And then Bo wanting to address it. Did he call his own press conference? Broncos were not very happy about that phrasing, and I'll tell you about some of that situation that happened Once I got off the air yesterday, some of it, not all of it. What do you make of the dynamics there?
Yeah, I think it's really, really interesting that the press conferences have came and gone, right? Came and went. Boom. Bo Nix didn't have to talk.
No.
We all know.
No.
We all know with Bo, he's dealing with an ankle injury. We all suspected that the next time we hear about Bo Nix or hear from Bo Nix, maybe OTAs.
Or on some podcast
or some
something.
podcast if he decides he wants to spill some beans on a podcast. That's what every NFL player is doing nowadays, even NBA. But for Bo Nix to want to sit in front of us, the media, and kind of express himself, get out anything he needs to get out, clarify anything that he needs to clarify with us, that was interesting. And I don't think I've ever been a part or seen a player go out of his way to want to talk to the media.
Right?
And it's true. Usually the marketing team's going to say, hey, look, let's not do it. Like, let's not do it. Well, you'll have your time. Just go enjoy, have vacation.
I was going to say, he just had season-ending a season-ending surgery. The PR team is not forcing Bo Nix to go out there and talk.
The PR team probably doesn't want Bo Nix to talk. It's like, look,
sure.
less is more.
Sure.
Less is more. Don't open your mouth. But you do. And you talk. And it made it seem like Sean and Bo were not on the same page. It made it seem like
clearly they weren't.
Bo Nix was not happy with Sean putting out his information about his ankle and just the injuries in general, because it's a touchy subject for players and injuries. Because at some point the contract comes up. And I'm not saying Bo Nix won't get his contract, but I'm looking at myself. I'm looking at someone like J.K. Dobbins, who continues to advocate for himself. I am not injury prone. Why is that? They're going to use that against you when it's time for you to get your money. They're going to sit there when they're negotiating these contracts and say, hey, look, you're injury prone. We're not willing to give you this much money. Either you take it or you leave it. For Bo, it seems like he just doesn't want his business out there. And when Sean Payton went out there and put his business out there, acting like he was in the surgery room with him, I think Bo Nix had a problem with that. And it seems like Bo Nix, in general, is a guy that he's going to speak his mind.
Yep.
He's going to stand up for his teammates, as we've already talked about before. All right, if he doesn't feel comfortable with something, he's going to let Sean know that. He'll let Davis Webb know it. He'll even let Greg Penner know it, because Bo Nix is that confident in himself. But also, I feel like he's just a strong-minded guy that believes doing the right thing. And he probably feels like what Sean did and put his information out there was the wrong thing to do, especially knowing it's not coming from him, not coming from literally the surgeon. Now, he may have heard it from the people that are talking to the surgeon.
Yeah.
But it didn't come out of the surgeon's mouth talking to Sean Payton himself. Now, Bo Nix has had conversations with the surgeon, because this is how it goes. I've had multiple surgeries in the NFL. You're going to go there. The surgeon's going to talk to you. He's going to show you what they're getting ready to work on. He's going to show you that, hey, we may open you up and have to do extra work if something else is messed up. We're just giving you a heads up on that. All right, after the surgery is done and you wake up after 2 or 3 hours after the surgery happened, the surgeon doctor's going to come in, sit down with you and your family, not the coaching staff, not the ownership group, you and your family, and he's going to sit down and show you everything that they just worked on and explain everything to you. So if the information doesn't come from Bo or the surgeon, then probably Sean shouldn't say anything about it. And Sean did, and I think that was the issue. And now you have some kind of friction between Sean and Bo, because Bo feels like, I can't trust Sean. That's what it seems like to me.
Well, that is actually a different, almost different conversation of, like, was there some trust lost here with this? I mean, obviously Bo took it very personally, and what's the irony of it? And I know me and Richie talked about this yesterday, but like, Sean is Mr. I don't talk about injuries. Like, that is almost like the wild irony that you have someone that lives by this edict and is so forceful with that edict, and then he
spills the beans.
Like, to a degree that, like, we've been here for 3 years. I don't think he's ever done anything like this, and I don't think that it was purposeful. I really don't. I don't think it was some
malicious way of getting back at Bo. Yeah, I agree.
No, yeah, or like 3D chess, planning a year in advance for an extension and planning no. It was Sean being Sean. Sean just says too much sometimes. We've talked about this for the 3 football seasons we've been doing this show. Sometimes he just says too much, and he said too much, and he upset his quarterback. But, like, he did it in a substantial way when you're touching a nerve about injury. He does not want the label injury prone.
Who does?
Of course, no one.
It messes you up.
And
truly.
And he used the phrase in the explanation, injury prone. That was in addition to 2 other references to predisposed. So he's got he wanted to address the predisposed twice, said the injury prone phrase once, and then had the separate. This is all self-contained within that 1 minute and 16-second response, saying that he shouldn't be talking like that. And he doesn't even know, by the way.
Now, see, this is where for Bo, it's like, Bo, why? Why do that? Why open this door? Because if to us, it's glorious that we get this information. When all you had to do was have a conversation with Sean Payton himself.
But here's the thing. I don't blame him because Sean said that in front of everyone else.
So now you think you like that's being the bigger man by going up and being like, and not everybody else. I need to correct everything. All you have to do is know that Sean, George, and Greg Penner are on the same page. Those are your bosses. Everybody else doesn't matter. That's my take.
Okay. All right. I'll give you a little pushback on that here in a little bit. I want to return to this because there's even a more you want to know what? We'll change the plan. I want to continue this conversation coming up next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here on behalf of my friends at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about erectile dysfunction. Now, I know you hear that phrase and maybe it makes you feel uncomfortable, squirming in your seat. Don't go changing the channel because you heard the phrase ED. Guys, because here's why. What's more uncomfortable than hearing the phrase ED is actually living with it, all right? And the impact that it can have on you, your confidence, your relationship, your partner's view of themselves. Don't let any of that happen, guys. ED is a medical condition. And like most other medical conditions, it's treatable. And I'm talking about treatments with success rates well over 90% at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. So schedule a consult with them today. The initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. Guys, it's real simple. If the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. So stop living with ED. Call them at 720-440-7900 or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at Hellsberg.com.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm, under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. We have the nation's lowest prices on the best equipment money can buy. We carry true treadmills. They are the smoothest, quietest, and best warranted treadmills ever built for the home. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Now, when Team USA is on, you can almost see the moment when the kid starts believing, hey, I could be next. Now, while Xfinity can't guarantee that, they can guarantee something super important. That's your internet price won't change for 5 years. No contracts, no commitments. So, while your kid's ordering online or streaming highlight reels, your Xfinity internet price won't change. It will not budge. And who knows, by the time the next Winter Olympics roll around, your kid could be getting fitted for their very own Team USA uniform. And guess what? You'll be paying the same price for reliable Wi-Fi. And there's even more to enjoy with Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 10 years. That's a $10.99 value each month. Xfinity, imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes, fees, extras. Actual speeds may vary.
Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
If I can push Phil.
And
I'm 185 pounds of pure muscle, baby. Push me.
because I know because I want to have a different conversation about Bo and about these ankles in our 3 o'clock segment.
Okay.
And where we go commercial free for 25 minutes. And so give us space, but it's too organic to not continue this conversation because you weren't here yesterday and we weren't able to have it. And so you said Bo should have not done what he did?
Yeah, I think for Bo, it's like, was it worth it? Because now all of us know. Everybody in the world knows we're talking about it. If you didn't like something that was said, because Sean says a lot of stuff that he probably regrets. I mean, there's a lot of regret coming from Sean Payton lately. If you don't like it, like the season, and I know for a fact there's a couple times where Bo Nix and Sean have went at it.
Yeah.
Behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Do something like that again. Say, Coach, like what you did was wrong. I didn't like it. I'm all about trust. Because one thing I found out about Bo is all about trust.
Well, some trust was lost yesterday.
Exactly.
If he felt like he needed to address that in a public setting the way that he did, there's got to be some trust lost. Now, does that mean that, and I want to make sure I emphasize this, this is going to blow over.
Yes.
These two need one another, okay? These two do have a bit of a combative relationship, okay? Look, I got a text message during the break from someone who would be in the know that says, hey, like the tension between those two throughout the season is real.
Oh, it's real.
And I'm not talking like just like little dust-ups, like real tension between these two.
Some disagreements about some game plans, disagreements about maybe a teammate. Things are going to happen.
Yes.
You're around each other all the time.
Yes.
You see your teammates and the coaching staff more than you see your kids and your wife.
Yep.
So there's going to be some conflicts that happen.
So my thought is, if Sean did what he did so publicly and multiple times, and it really bothered you and touched a nerve when you're talking about injury prone, predisposed, like it paints a picture of Bo that, by the way, could be accurate. Could be.
At 3 o'clock, right?
I want to talk about that.
At 3 o'clock.
I want to talk about that.
All right.
So, but if you do it so publicly and it's multiple times, I think it's fair for Bo to get his own message out. He's the franchise quarterback.
Yes.
And if he thinks that he has been framed incorrectly and he wants to address it, I think it's okay to address it in the same sort of setting that Sean did multiple times.
But you're making it sound like Sean said he's injury prone. Sean never said he was injury prone. Now he may have explained a couple injuries he shouldn't have, just like a lot of players out there. I'm telling you right now, I told you guys this before, 75%, maybe even 80% of the league when the season's over will go under the knife. Whether it's a surgery, a cleanup. I mean, you just saw what Josh Allen's dealing with. Now, I don't know if that has to do with surgery, but he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks. So, like, there's things that just happen to your body because you're playing a sport that you're not supposed to really be playing. Your body is not supposed to go through this trauma that you're going to have injuries.
But he didn't say Bo's injury prone, but when you say he's predisposed to injury, that his injury was going to happen regardless, it was just a matter of time.
But see, that's Sean.
It paints a picture.
He's echoing what my guess is the training staff heard from the surgeon.
Right.
So, he's echoing that. So we're not sitting here saying it's wrong. Now, I understand for Bo and any other player, it's like, look, stop putting me out there as an injury prone. We said that with J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins refuses to say he's injury prone.
Right.
He will not say that because it hurts your chances.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is for Bo, like, do you believe that it's – so you thought this was necessary for Bo to do?
I didn't
go
think
out
it was
of his way
no.
to talk to the media.
No, I didn't think it was
about something that he's upset about of somebody calling him injury prone.
I did not say it was necessary. I do not think it was necessary, but I think it's fair if Bo wants to speak for himself.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, he wanted to speak for himself. And if you want to do it in the same, I'll tell you a very quick story. So I forget how long this was ago. It was with Dante Gomez, and it was like a year or two ago. And I was wound up or pissed off about. I literally forget what the situation was.
Was that yesterday?
No.
The day before that?
No. And I remember saying something to Dante that I regret, and I forget even what it was at the time. But I said it in front of you and Drew. But I said it to Dante, but it was in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
And then a segment goes by, and I'm feeling like crap because I snapped at Dante. And so Drew was in the other room. I called him back in the room, and I apologized to Dante in front of the same people that I snapped in front of him. Because if I'm going to snap in front of him, in front of other people, then I should apologize and not pull him to the side and say, hey, I could have done that. I could have done that.
Well,
but
sure.
I thought in
you were
that
going to do it
moment,
no matter what. You were going to do it.
But I thought in that moment, I'm like, I'm going to apologize to him in front of the same people that I snapped at him in front of. It's the same kind of idea. Sean is in front of these same people that Bo was talking to and talking about his ankle in a way that he almost never does, and he chose to, and he did it multiple times, and it was super specific, and it painted a picture of Bo, and Bo wanted to address those comments in front of those same people. And was it necessary? I don't think so, but I thought it was fair because it was equal measure.
But anything is fair, but like you just got done saying with Dante, like you regret saying that in front of all of us. That's why you had to apologize in Bo Nix's case.
Yeah.
I guarantee today he's looking at all this stuff that just blew up saying, damn, like this spread like wildfire. I didn't mean for this to spread like wildfire, and I regret doing that instead of just going to Sean Payton in his office and having that conversation.
Sean's the one that should have the regret that this blew up like
well,
wildfire.
Obviously, both of them need to sit down and hash things out and get on the same page because it looks like both of them are not on the same page.
Well, they weren't yesterday. I can promise you that.
Yeah.
And it is so strange that there's this portion of Broncos country that wants good news all the time.
Well, that's just not how life is.
It's not.
No.
But it's like, oh, I can't believe you guys are doing it. It's like, dude, are you paying attention? Like, do you have actively working ears? It clearly was an issue. Okay, but just because you get in a fight with your wife doesn't mean you're getting into divorce.
There you go. We all get in fights with our wives. We're gonna have arguments. But you come back to the dinner table when the kids are asleep and you hash things out. You get on the same page and you move on. You kiss each other. You tell them you love them. All right, then you move on. It's exactly what Sean and Bo need to do.
Yeah, and they will do.
Before Bo goes to Cancun.
And they will do it.
They will do it.
They need each other. They need each other. I saw someone say, Sean can survive without Bo. They almost beat the Patriots in the title game without the... And I said, God, dude, they scored 7 points. What are you talking about? What kind of point was proved there? They scored 7 points.
You're like, Sean needs Bo. Well, they need each other.
They need
the
each
yin and the yang.
It's coach and quarterback. I mean, so...
You don't think Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid,
have
had arguments?
Of course.
Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator,
We've seen it.
He's back there again. They've had arguments.
We saw Travis Kelce chest bump Andy Reid.
It's healthy. I'm telling you guys, if you go into that locker room, that facility, and you hear the things that those players are talking about and arguing about with the coaching staff.
And by the way, I'm going to share this, and this is a study was done. You can Google this one. There was research done a handful of years ago that learned that married couples who argue, as opposed to couples who never argue, the ones who argue stay married longer because you're actually airing it out.
It makes sense.
And not suppressing it. So that doesn't mean go home and argue every night.
I'm going home and arguing tonight.
I can't wait to scream in my wife's face.
Hey, baby, I don't like the way you did this yesterday.
All right, we have breaking news here in Denver sports. Hang tight. It's next.
Which pending free agent do the Denver Broncos have to bring back next season?
I will say this. If I did the ranking, right, of these 4 notable free agents, I'm going to put JFM first. If they don't want to prioritize him, I'm going to. You win football games from the big uglies up front.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's Zach here. And if you're looking for your new go-to spot in Centennial, the Basketball Social House is it. Award-winning food and drinks, an incredible weekend brunch, and a brand new sports bar entertainment space where you can catch every Colorado game. Even if you're not playing, it's a great hang. But if you are, their private basketball suites are unreal. Full court, lounge, music, TVs, the whole setup. And because you're hearing this from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental. Just use code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, you're going to love this place.
Let me ask you something. Is your money doing everything it can for you?
I don't know. How would I know?
Is it automatically saving for special events and keeping you posted on its progress? Like at Huntington Bank?
Oh, no.
Is it tracking your spending so you can make the best choices at the mall?
Nope.
Or setting limits on your teenager's debit card?
Definitely not.
Then it could certainly be doing more.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. Hey, I got a real cool story I wanted to share with you. Many years ago, my lovely wife Kimberly wrote down a prayer that said, God, make me a lighthouse so I can be a light to others when they're in a dark place. She filed that card away both in her heart and her prayer box. And then about 3 years ago, I asked my wife to leave her job in corporate America and come help me open up 303 Law 4040. And she absolutely loves it. She really feels like helping other people when they are hurting and don't know what to do is her calling. So here's the really cool part. A few weeks ago, a client came in to pick up a check and said to Kim, I really want to thank you. You were a lighthouse to me when I was in a dark place. It gave me chills when Kim told me that. If you've been hurt in an accident, it really is our honor to help you in your time of need. Call us anytime at 303 Law 4040, where you always get to speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly. That's 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
Finding excuses to not do your taxes? Unsure where to start? Sounds like you may be suffering from FOMO, the fear of messing up. The cure? Filing your federal and state taxes for free using TurboTax on Credit Karma. All you have to do is start and finish filing on your own in the Credit Karma app by February 28th. Just keep in mind, this offer is available only if you didn't file with TurboTax last year. It's time to break free from your fear of messing up. Start filing for free today in the Credit Karma app.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln
by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider, Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, got a little news here. And it just came out here a minute ago.
What's going on, man?
It's not great, but it's also not the end of the world. But Aaron Gordon is going to be out for basically the foreseeable future here. What are we talking about? 4 to 6 weeks until he's reevaluated. Man,
hamstring problems. Z, you know that. Now, I've dealt with a couple in my life, but they haven't been severe. It hasn't been something that every year I had to worry about. I've kind of been hamstring free. A lot of mine come from the knees. But when you deal with a hamstring, a soft tissue injury, and it doesn't heal, and when it does heal, it just heals over, and then you re-tear it up, and that's what it kind of is. It's the tissue re-tearing. I mean, it's hard to come back. And Aaron Gordon's, he's getting older. It's not like he's young.
No, I know.
He's getting older. I know he's in there trying to work his ass off to get back, but you can't rush hamstrings like that.
No.
Because when you rush, things like that happen where you retweak it.
Man, oh man, oh man. So he did tweak that hamstring. It was the second quarter of game last Friday. And this is the same injury that prevented him from playing his best last year in the NBA playoffs. It started with a calf, went to a hamstring. This year starts with a calf, goes to the hamstring. And it's just another blow to a team that this is the most disjointed collectively that the Nuggets have been from an injury standpoint since my time following the Denver Nuggets. And this is my 9th season.
No, I can't think of a time that the Denver Nuggets have been this injured. All right, we're talking about the starters, and not just the starters. You have like the 2 key role players coming off the bench, still dealing with injuries as well. Now they're playing, JV and them are playing, but we know they're hurt.
Yep.
We know that it's any given second that something can happen, and now they're sitting there for 2 or 3 weeks having to rest and recover to try to get back in the game. So it sucks for us because we want to see some good basketball. We want to see the starting unit together, building that chemistry, so that when the postseason comes around, we're ready to play. We're ready to go. At one point, it was, hey, championship or bust.
Yep.
Because you added all this depth. You got Jokic back. He was playing the best basketball of his life. Crazy to say that. But now, I mean, Zach, where do you go from here?
I mean, you're talking about him not coming back until at least the month of March. The regular season ends in early to mid-April. So this is pretty meaningful news here today. Now, like I said off the top of the conversation, it's not the end of the world, but at the same time, man, this is not an isolated incident, right? He's already missed a bunch of time with the soft tissue. This already did impact last year's playoff run. So not great. And I just saw Phoenix Suns, Jalen Green, dealing with a hamstring.
Yeah.
Dante, you're a huge Suns fan. Dealing with a hamstring. Missed basically the entire season, right?
Yeah, he missed, I think, the first 22, 23 games, played one game, re-aggravated it, missed another month or so, played one game,
came back,
re-aggravated again.
In the first game.
So he's played 2 games.
2 games this year.
Over the last 3 months.
Do you think that at some point the Denver Nuggets are going to sit back and say, damn, like we regret giving Aaron Gordon that contract that he just had last year or got last year because of something like this?
I'm not ready to say that yet.
Because you're looking at it like, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's $100 million deal, $100 million plus.
$100 million plus for AG, $100 million plus for Christian Brown. And yet 2 of those guys are not on the court. We don't know when they're coming back. Hell, when's the last time you heard about Christian Brown? Crazy.
That's someone else that, like Jalen Green, came back from an injury, and then we haven't seen him since. But that Jalen Green one, it's scary because he is a twitchy athlete with a soft tissue injury. That you missed the first third of the season, come back, get injured.
Yep.
Miss another. I'll say miss a quarter of the season, come back, hurt it in the first game back. Miss another quarter of the season, come back, hurt it in the first game back. Aaron Gordon's game, like Jalen Green, now they're at different stages of their career, which is even more meaningful for AG because you're now in your 30s. And your game, what got you drafted 4th overall over a decade ago, was your athleticism. Now he's refined his game, and it's a testament to his work ethic, much like a Vince Carter, whose game was predicated off athleticism.
Yes. Started shooting the hell out that ball, and it's like, wow, where did this come from?
He became a three-point shooter.
Yep.
And so credit to Aaron Gordon, who last year had the greatest mid-career, late-career jump from a shooting percentage standpoint that we've ever seen in NBA history. So he's got that going for him. But he got the $100 million contract because who he is physically in addition to that. And so if you lose some of that athleticism, that is basically the bottom of your NBA pyramid that everything else is predicated and built up from, if you're not able to be that level of athlete, level of defender, level of rebounder, level of finisher, because you don't have that same explosion. I mean, going back to your question, I mean,
you're going to regret you at some point. You would regret that. Because now it's like we're paying a bunch of money and we're not getting anything in return. But now you have Aaron Gordon that's going to be out for the foreseeable future. Christian Brown, we don't know much about yet. And then you got a bunch of speculation about Mr. Payton Watson. What the heck is going on?
Yeah,
Payton Watson's not going anywhere.
And I thought Jokic was going to return here 48 hours ago. We get the news yesterday that he's another week out from being reevaluated. Cam Johnson. We haven't seen him in a very long time with a bone bruise.
Where you at, Cam?
I mean, they are really going through it right now. But that news with Aaron Gordon, it is concerning. It is concerning because this is now 2 years in a row, reoccurring soft tissue, same sequence, calf to hammy.
Yep.
And now we get the news here moments ago that he's going to be out the next month to a month and a half before he's reevaluated, not before he returns. And so, yikes, not good. Not good. There's no other. There's no different way to slice that one.
I'll tell you this: if the Nuggets can continue to find ways to win these games, they had a chance to beat the Pistons. They probably should have beat the Pistons. Come on, Jamal. There's no way in hell David Adelman should not be talked about as Coach of the Year if they can continue to win games without their star players.
Yeah, no doubt. They almost pulled it off the other night against Detroit.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe it.
That's what I'm saying.
That they were even in that game. Okay. I have a follow-up question about Bo Nix and his injury history. And also, are we in store for one of the busiest off seasons in the history of the Broncos? I'll tell you why I asked that question next.
After a heartbreaking loss in the AFC Championship game, how will the Broncos approach their pivotal offseason?
We have to be on our game. We have to make really good decisions. We're going to be aggressive. We have some cap room. We have 5 picks in the first 4 rounds. I always talk flexibility. We're going to have all sorts of flexibility.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I could achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You will feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guarantee. I know from personal experience, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR. Discover what meeting your resolution could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
The Ultimate RV Show is returning to the Colorado Convention Center in Denver, Colorado. Admission is free. Join us January 28th through the 31st to shop special show pricing on over 300 fully staged new and used RVs. Get a first look at brand new models. Browse a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Check out the latest RV gear and accessories and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show at the Colorado Convention Center, January 28th through the 31st. Get your free ticket today at ultimatervshow.com.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, "Don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food." But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we'd love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with as little as 3% down. So if home ownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans, at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Hanging out with you here on a Thursday, January 29th. Phillip Lindsay back in the saddle after missing yesterday's show.
Yeah.
A little sickness.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm ready, Coach. Put me back in.
Got some meds in you. And here we go, man.
You got your coffee? Or is that tea?
I have, nope, it is coffee still.
Right,
it is coffee still. We got a lot to get to. We have a lot to get to. All right. Do you want to have the potentially busiest offseason maybe ever in the history of the Broncos? Or do you want to do the Bo Nix follow-up question?
Which one is going to piss you off the most?
None.
Which one is going to
None
make
is going
you
to piss
mad?
me off. None.
Okay.
None. I'll say let's
Close your eyes and just pick one.
All right. Let's talk about Bo here.
Okay.
Franchise quarterback, right?
Yes. We all agree now.
We all agree.
All right.
And we know what it looks like without him.
Yes,
and
we do.
And if you needed a final stamp of validation, you got it in the AFC championship game. So I talked with Richie about this a little bit in yesterday's show, and I wanted to chat with you about it. There is, it feels like a lack of concern with most of this fan base when it comes to Bo's health. And I was listening to our morning show. I was listening to Mike and Stokely talk this morning about the injuries, and it was in the first handful of segments, hour number one. And man, they both agreed. It's really odd that it's happened this many times. It's really odd, but hey, we're not concerned at all. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned either. And I am concerned, and I'm just being real. And I know someone it'll hit their ears the wrong way, and it'll be some version of Zach's being negative or whatever. I think I'm being real, okay? And the example that I gave yesterday was if Jamal Murray, who was drafted by the Nuggets in 2015, if he broke his ankle in 2017, and then he broke his ankle in 2021, and then he broke his ankle in 2025 or 2026 here now, officially, the 25 season. Right. And there's literally a phrase about this. Once is a coincidence, or excuse me, how does that phrase go? Once can be random, two can be a coincidence, three is a pattern. Some version of that. And I think that if that happened to Jamal Murray 3 times in a Denver Nuggets uniform, and when it happened for the 3rd time, it derailed a trip to the NBA Finals, I think people would be concerned and be talking about a real injury history with evidence to draw from and point to. I don't think that's happening as much here because the injuries haven't happened here in front of us, and we haven't felt the frustration of what it feels like to not have Bo Nix or Jamal Murray in that other analogy. And I think that if we lived through it
until
just now,
yeah,
right. But this has been the first time, and so I think that, but that also doesn't mean that it hasn't happened to Bo Nix in the same way that I just laid out in the Jamal Murray example, or an analogy. If that were to happen, there would be incredible frustration surrounding Jamal Murray if that happened and it derailed the trip to the NBA Finals. This has happened to Bo 3 times now, and not count. Why did Bo Nix not play in the Pro Bowl last year?
He had to do something with his ankle. It was I want to say a cleanup job. Your little cleanup.
So that's when you say
cleanup job, right? You're still going under the knife. That means that they're not having to open you up completely and repair it. What they're going to do is like shave some bone matter, whatever.
But they're going in orthoscopically.
Yes, they're still going in there.
Yeah, they're not cutting you open.
No.
They're going in orthoscopically, but they're still doing a
and
little surgery.
Exactly, a baby surgery.
Okay.
Any surgeries, like the surgeons will always tell you this. Just like any surgery is a big surgery. Like no matter what, once we go inside you, it's considered a surgery, which is big because anything can happen. And we can find other things that are wrong with you if that is the case. So yes, it still takes time to heal. It still took Bo Nix some time to heal after he woke up from the surgery, was in a walking boot, and then he started to move and run. But you come back faster than you would if you had to repair
like a full-blown ligament.
Exactly.
And so I think that, especially doing this job, you don't want to come across as, negative or fear-mongering or any of that. But I also want to be real about the situation. And when you start talking about 3 injuries, by the way, 2 different ankles.
Yeah.
2 different ankles. When you start talking about 3 injuries, and then you start talking about potentially being predisposed that like the injury was going to happen. And I don't think Sean, I think Sean was repeating what he heard from the surgeon. I don't think he was like lying about that. There was maybe like some sort of stress fracture waiting there, and eventually it was going to pop.
It was going to happen no matter what, whether it was yesterday, whether it's today. Like if it's a certain move was gonna mess it up.
But that doesn't necessarily. I told Richie this yesterday. The fact that the injury was going to happen, it was just a matter of time, doesn't make me feel better about it at all. And so we're talking about 3 ankle injuries.
Yeah.
3 significant ankle injuries. One that just derailed the trip to the Super Bowl. A separate orthoscopic cleanup after year number 1. So 2 years in Denver, 2 procedures to his ankle. And there's a general vibe that I'm getting that there's nothing to see here. And I don't really know why, other than people don't want to be labeled negative or, again, fear-mongering or something like that. I think
so. Do you at this point, and then you just laid it out there with Bo Nix having ankle problems, because that's actually what it is. Bo Nix has had surgeries on his ankles, not just in the NFL, but I think he may have had some in high school.
Yeah,
he
high
definitely
school,
had one in college.
Yep.
So like he has something wrong with his ankles. Which I feel like you could go to any human being out there that has played sports and there's something that's wrong with you. For example, for me, for some odd reason, Z, my wrists are just messed up. Both of them, I've had surgery on both of them. 2 on my right, 1 on the left. All right, for some odd reason, I don't know why. Just my bones are just not. I broke all my sesamoids in my wrist, and they're no good for me. Now that doesn't mean that I'm hurt prone. It just means that this body part doesn't help out or doesn't stay healthy for some odd reason. I don't know why.
It's failed you multiple times.
It's failed me multiple times. And now when I go to physicals or whatever, they would use it against me, saying, "Hey, your wrist is dead."
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Is it safe to say that your wrist injuries, your repeated wrist injuries on both of your hands, you said, right?
Yes, on both.
Did it impact your career in some way, shape, or form?
Definitely. When I was with the Indianapolis Colts, they told my agent, "Hey, look, we know that Phil has a bunch of damage in both wrists. We are not willing to sign him if we have to take on his wrist. So he's going to have to go and sign this paper saying that if something happens to your wrist, we are not at fault for him. So we are not going to take care of that wrist if you want to continue to play."
Yeah.
They didn't want to do it because they saw something in my wrist and was like, look, something is bound to happen again.
Yeah. And so, like, just based on that one anecdote that you just shared, I'm concerned about it. And I think that, honestly, I'm going to be real. I don't know how people aren't concerned about it. I really don't. And
well, I just think, Z, at some point.
And that doesn't make me a hater. That means I'm acknowledging his very real history here.
At some point, though, like, you're going to get hurt.
But repeatedly to the same body part? That's not odd to you?
But because it's a body part that you use all the time. He's a dual threat quarterback. He has been that since high school.
Right, but that lends itself to me that it's more concerning. His mobility is a part of his game.
It is, and this is why. But also this is why this was the knock on Lamar, right? That Lamar needs to pass more because he's going to start getting hurt. The knock on Josh Allen, because as they get older, they're not going to have that athletic ability, so they have to start to get better at throwing the football. That's going to be the exact same thing for Bo. We know that if Bo is going to continue to develop in this league, it's going to be with his arm and his brain, because at some point, the athletic ability is not going to be there. Drew Brees was really athletic, more athletic than people give him credit for. But as time went on, he wasn't the same, but he was smart and he used his arms. So all I'm saying is, yeah, it's concerning, but it's who he is. You can't tell that man to stop running, because that is what's making him Bo Nix. That's what we talked about, why he would have helped us in the AFC Championship last Sunday, because of his legs. It's just a thing that you have to understand that there could be an issue with. But I'm not gonna sit here and be like, well, don't run anymore, Bo.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not saying that. I still think that's got to be a part of his game. I just I'm not saying anything like big picture wise or projecting or predicting that this is going to happen again. Maybe he never has another ankle injury for the rest of his life. But I'll tell you this: the natural order of the human body, it gets harder as you get older.
Yes, it does.
So if it's happened to you when you were a teenager, and when you were 22, and then again at 24 orthoscopically, and then again at 25, I just don't understand why the tone around here is so like there's nothing to see here at all.
No. I mean, there's something to see. But are you ready to say that he's hurt prone?
Injury prone?
Injury prone? Because everybody had, like, Z, you played that game long enough, you're going to have surgeries.
I got it. He's been in the NFL for 2 years, and he's had 4 procedures on his ankles.
But also, he's been playing college football for longer than a lot of quarterbacks.
The most starts ever.
Yes.
But
he's getting hit. But it's not like basketball. You are getting hit. Your ankles are getting twisted up there, tweaking your knees. So tell me, what do you want this man to do?
No, I'm not saying he needs to do anything differently. I'm just concerned. I'm concerned because if it happens again, like I'm so interested. Like the there's nothing to see here crowd. What if it happens again? It's happened twice in 2 years. Why? Like
so Z, what if it happens again? What happens then?
Is he injury prone then? Does it take a 4th surgery or excuse me, a 5th to be late? Like I am not predicting another injury. I am not saying he's injury prone.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you this: like if we had another athlete in Denver who had 3 different procedures, 3.5 counting the orthoscopic, to the same body part, and it all happened self-contained in Denver sports, we might be labeling that player injury prone. Bo's next injuries just pre-exist the Broncos, half of them anyway. So I just
he's going into year 3. If Bo has the same injury happen again, then we're gonna definitely have that conversation of, dude, like, it's hard because it's like, what can you do for it? He's trying everything in his power to do what he can to make sure that he's ready to go.
Definitely.
It's just that it's a brutal game. This game is not meant for the human body, truly.
Well, I hope that, and I pray that Bo Nix's body is able to last because he is still extremely young in his NFL experience.
Then you know what we need to pray for? That Sean Payton gets that damn run game going.
There you go.
That Sean Payton gets a tight end in the building that he can trust down the middle of the field when we have that conversation. That Sean Payton gets some more explosive weapons around Bo Nix so Bo Nix doesn't have to shoulder the load and be the identity of this damn offense. That's what we need to be praying for because that's why that man is hurt. Because he's taking the runs like a running back. He's taking the runs like he should be doing, but also it's something he shouldn't be doing because you should have a run game to complement him so that when he does do it, it's just like every now and then.
Yeah, it's rare.
It's a change.
Yeah, and it's impactful. It's rare. It's impactful.
But we're sitting here right before the NFC Championship saying, hey, if Bo Nix is in the game, we win. Why? Not because of necessarily his arm, but because of his legs. Because the running backs couldn't get the job done. So let's sit there and think on that. That to help Bo Nix stay healthy this year, we have the offensive line, right? Stats and everything is out there. We need a run game, tight end, more explosive receivers to help this man stay healthy for the full season.
Yeah. So are you concerned about Bo Nix's ankles?
Not yet. I like I said,
a 4th
yeah,
surgery.
If you go out there and have another ankle injury, then yeah.
Then you'll be.
Well, come on, Z.
Dude, the Broncos just lost a trip to the Super Bowl. They just lost out on a trip to the Super Bowl.
So you're gonna blame my man's ankles?
No.
You're fearing for his ankles. Should we be fearing all day?
Well, you know what? Are you fearful of Aaron Gordon's hamstring?
Aaron Gordon keeps doing it.
He just did it for a 3rd time. Are you concerned about it?
Well, now, yes.
So
Bo Nix is in year 2.
You
can't sit here and because of something that happened to this man in high school, in college,
and the pros,
because of what he is doing, what they're asking him to do. He's a dual threat quarterback. I'm sorry to tell you, but hey, did you not go and look at what happened to Josh Allen? He's dealing with an injury. Okay, at the end of every year, you're gonna have injuries. That's just the way it is.
His was again. And he didn't
take
play in the AFC Championship game.
I will take a broken ankle over any type of ligament. Because
I normally would too. Absolutely. But All right, so you're not concerned. All right, you're not concerned.
It's not that I'm concerned.
You and the rest of the market are not concerned. I will raise my hand and tell you right now, I am concerned.
Okay, Zach, so you're concerned. So what are you going to do?
There's nothing to do.
If you're
There's
Sean
nothing.
and George, what you going to do? Draft another quarterback?
No. You know what? I'm not saying there's anything to do. And so maybe it makes my statement kind of hollow because I'm not saying that he's got a label slapped on the back of his jersey that says injury prone. I'm not saying he needs to completely change his game because his mobility is part of the reason why he's so successful.
He missed one game in 2 years.
And the game was and the game was the AFC Championship game.
But you know what? You don't get to decide when you get hurt.
Definitely not.
You don't get to.
Definitely not.
I want to miss the AFC Championship.
Yeah, and I just to be clear, I am not saying that like this one big thing has to happen. I don't know what they need to do. Do the Broncos have the best sports and conditioning? Right?
They do. Bo Lowry and all them. But Z, we're humans.
Totally.
Totally. We've been banged up. We've been hurt. You've been through surgery.
1,000%. 1,000%.
You know what I mean? Like we can't control it.
Yeah. But so here are my dude. I got staples in my head, stitches in my face, my right hand broken, my left hand is still put together by a pin. I have 2 different
meniscus.
Meniscus surgeries. But if it was
and a bunch of air in your head,
but if it was chronic, like I like there's a reason that phrase exists. Like once is can be random, twice can be a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern. I don't understand.
Well, like the
why
NFL has
just a carefree carefree spirit like within Broncos country because everyone's scared to be labeled a hater. And I feel like I'm talking about it. I feel like I'm acknowledging what's happened here with Bo.
Oh, but see, the thing is, you can acknowledge it, be aware of it, but you can't control it.
No, and that's the thing. I don't know. I don't have an answer of what to do.
But that's all you're doing because if it does happen again, it's like, hey, look, you're on top of it. Like I mean, hey, he's definitely dealing with ankles. It keeps coming up. There's a problem, but also that's a problem on the Denver Broncos. All that research they do before the combine, before the draft, the MRI work that they have us go through, we have to go through 32 different teams, so that's 32 different machines that you go through. Okay, you're pulling and priming at us, and yet they still drafted this man in the first round, 12th overall.
Right.
That's on them because they trusted that the ankle thing was not an issue, and things come up, it's a break. And that's not going to be the last thing that man deals with if he continues to get hit, if he continues to have to be the identity of this team.
All right, man. I'm just trying to be real. I'm just trying to be real. And so because what happened here in the last week was super impactful. Oh, I should say 2 weeks. It happened in the divisional round, but what happened here was super impactful, and I feel like. Big picture, there's been a dismissive tone with it, and I think it's incredibly serious. And again, I don't know what the method. I don't know if there's some sort of like increased strengthening that you can do, or
See, I mean, those are the best guys in the business trying to deal with their body. There's nothing else you can do. At some point, the body is just the body. All right, the cuts that we make, the 300-pound people landing and laying on you, the bones aren't meant to just hold up that long, or the ligaments aren't meant to just hold up. Like they're meant to just walk around. And we're putting so much stress on them.
Here's the thing. Sean saying that Bo's ankle was predisposed to the injury.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of time. And Bo saying my ankle was not predisposed. I often say 2 things can be true at the same time. Those 2 things can't. They can't.
So who do you believe?
I think I would believe Sean because Sean is quoting a surgeon and is not realizing he's upsetting Bo and he's just relaying the message from the surgery. Bo has more to lose in this conversation if that is true, if that statement's true. So
why? But I want to know what does Bo have to lose in year 2, going on year 3, not contract year?
No.
So tell me what does that man have to lose
from a narrative standpoint that is injury prone?
Sean didn't say he was injury prone. That's
he did
my
not.
whole thing.
He did not.
Say it.
But in the response yesterday, Bo used the phrase, "I'm not injury prone." See, he's playing defense because of what Sean put out there, and so one guy's quoting a surgeon saying he was predisposed to the injury and it was sooner than later, and the guy who had the surgery said that's not true. And I
we
would
need to find this guy a surgeon.
I would
we need to get the tiebreaker.
I would just look at both statements and say, well, who could potentially, and by the way, I'm not faulting Bo at all. We talked about this at the top. I don't fault him at all for doing what he did yesterday. But one guy, I think, was relaying a message, not realizing it could harm his quarterback and touch a nerve.
Yeah.
And the quarterback is coming out and saying, that's not true. And if you're asking me, again, who would I believe more in this situation? Because both things cannot be true at the same time. I would, unfortunately, and I don't like it for Bo or anyone, I would unfortunately say, man, I probably believe Sean. How about you?
I mean, Bo's the one talking to the surgeon. He's the one getting his leg worked on.
So that would have to mean that Sean kind of made that up?
Well, my guessing is it's like, what do you call it, Z, when the surgeon tells the staff.
Like the game of telephone?
Exactly,
like the game of
right?
telephone?
And it starts to
yeah.
The truth, like it's there, but it kind of starts to spread out a little bit.
That's a pretty wild detail to get lost in translation. I will tell you that.
So I don't know, man. The surgeon's in trouble. The surgeon's in trouble for saying that to Sean and not saying it to Bo, because Bo goes out there on record and says, hey, I'm not injury prone. Like, that's not true. Sean's saying something different.
Yeah.
They're not on the same page.
Clearly.
So we got a sensitive quarterback and a coach that's unaware.
Well, the unaware part I would co-sign.
Yeah.
The sensitive part, I think, man, I just want to show Bo some grace in that department. Because man.
I mean, they've been going at it like cats and dogs, for 2 years.
Yeah, it's true.
2 years.
It's true.
Whether we seen it on the TV screen.
Which we have anyway.
And we have, or behind closed doors of what people have said of Bo backing his teammates, or not agreeing with something that's going on in the game plan. There's a lot going on.
There is kind of a lot going on. And do you think that Sean Payton will in some way, shape, or form apologize?
No. He's stuck in his ways. That's like my father. My father's not apologizing. He's not apologizing, even if he's wrong. And I brought that up before. Because once you're stuck in your ways, you're stuck in your ways. And Sean...
But he broke his own code. This is Mr. I don't talk about injuries. This is Mr. You're going to piss me off if you ask about an injury. And then he goes and, damn near shows the x-rays?
But when has Sean... And I don't know Sean personally, so it's like, when has Sean just sat there and be like, you know what, I was wrong? Sean doesn't look like a guy that's going to say he's wrong, which we all know, like, it's okay to be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I really don't.
Nor do I don't expect Bo to be like, I want an apology. I don't expect Bo to say that.
He just said what he said and wanted to clear the air.
Yeah. I don't even know if they're going to talk. They're going to wait until they come back to talk.
Yeah, maybe so. Actually, I would probably bet on that being the case.
Clear the air a little bit, come back and be like, hey, let's go to work.
Yeah.
Business.
These guys need each other.
They need each other. This is a relationship.
Yeah. But the idea that this could, well, I don't even, I'll go back to what I said a handful of minutes ago. Just because you get in a spat, you have a dust-up, or even a fight, doesn't mean you get a divorce. And I don't think anything like that is going to happen. Sean Payton handpicked Bo Nix. That's his guy.
And who's the middleman in all this, you think?
You think Davis Webb?
I think Davis Webb is going to talk to both of them and get both of their points across and kiss and make up that way. That's why Davis Webb, at the end of all this, may end up being the offensive coordinator here, because he knows Bo.
Yeah. Well, yesterday was a fascinating day, and the Broncos did not like this story. Nope. I can tell you. Okay, my phone was ringing last night. You understand?
Yeah, I got you.
And they have a job to do.
The dogs out there.
They have a job to do over there. From a PR standpoint, and I respect the hell out of those guys. Man, but I saw Parker Gabriel from the Post delete a tweet. Luka Evans delete a tweet. Scotty Gaines from 9 News delete a tweet. Mike Kliss delete a tweet.
No, not Mike.
So they were out on offense yesterday, okay? And I'm just going to leave it at that.
Woo-wee.
All right. Von Miller said if he was on the Broncos, he would have made a play that someone didn't on Sunday. What? That's next.
2025 season came to a frustrating end. But the Broncos look like they're just getting started.
Just 2 years ago, you had people around the NFL saying the Broncos would be lucky to be able to field a team. And what did they do in those 2 years? They won 24 games, finished first, hosted the AFC Championship game, and lost a 3-point game with a backup quarterback.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here for my friends at Xfinity. Now, when Team USA is on, you can almost see the moment when the kid starts believing, hey, I could be next. Now, while Xfinity can't guarantee that, they can guarantee something super important. That's your internet price won't change for 5 years. No contracts, no commitments. So, while your kid's ordering online or streaming highlight reels, your Xfinity internet price won't change. It will not budge. And who knows, by the time the next Winter Olympics roll around, your kid could be getting fitted for their very own Team USA uniform. And guess what? You'll be paying the same price for reliable Wi-Fi. And there's even more to enjoy with Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 10 years. That's a $10.99 value each month. Xfinity, imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes, fees, extras. Actual speeds may vary.
Men, the new year is here, and if you're like many of us, you're ready to improve your health. But if you're feeling low energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing results in the gym, keeping that resolution can be tough. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if those symptoms sound familiar, we can likely help. They often point to low testosterone, and treating low T is what we do. But this year, we're also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring growth hormone peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With our low T treatments combined with our body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. More energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive as well. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
New year, new you, new. It's January at Castle Rock Autoplex, and we're exhausted from all these amazing deals. Get it? Exhausted? Ford, Chevy, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, Ram. We've got more choices than you've got resolutions you're about to break. Why hit the gym when you can hit the lot? That new car smell burns 0 calories, but feels way better. Castle Rock Autoplex, where your New Year's resolution's finally one you'll keep. Beep, beep, baby. Let's do this.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing. Mom, how do you feel? I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastery at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
Hey, the cold weather is here. Stoke here from my friends at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Has another company told you that you need a new furnace? Time to throw in the challenge flag. Rocks Heating and Air offers no obligation, free second opinions. And don't forget about heat pump rebates. They've never been better. Up to $13,500 only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX rocks heating and air.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040. Hey, I got a real cool story I wanted to share with you. Many years ago, my lovely wife Kimberly wrote down a prayer that said, God, make me a lighthouse so I can be a light to others when they're in a dark place. She filed that card away both in her heart and her prayer box. And then about 3 years ago, I asked my wife to leave her job in corporate America and come help me open up 303 Law 4040. And she absolutely loves it. She really feels like helping other people when they are hurting and don't know what to do is her calling. So here's the really cool part. A few weeks ago, a client came in to pick up a check and said to Kim, I really want to thank you. You were a lighthouse to me when I was in a dark place. It gave me chills when Kim told me that. If you've been hurt in an accident, it really is our honor to help you in your time of need. Call us anytime at 303 Law 4040, where you always get to speak directly with me or my lovely wife, Kimberly. That's 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. It's 303 Law 4040.
The Big 12 Conference competition heats up as your Denver Gymnasts host Iowa State Sunday, February 1st. The party starts at 2:45 p.m. in Magnus Arena on the University of Denver campus. DU versus Iowa State is presented by Toyota. Don't miss the excitement, glitter, and glam. It's one big party with DU Gymnastics. Fun for all ages, including Dad. Sunday, February 1st. Get your seats today.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come up the top rope with it. Oh, it's not working. Are we not plugged in? Oh, hold on. This usually does not happen.
Rikishi coming off the top rope. I don't know how he got up there.
There we go. All right. Von Miller.
Yeah.
Von Miller, he's at it again.
DJ Von the Don.
He's got this podcast now, so we're hearing a lot from Von. And he had a thought next year and maybe a play that wasn't made in the AFC Championship game. Listen to this.
Next year, this Denver Broncos team is going to be scary. And I think that's where you enter Von Miller. Hey, if you win a Super Bowl in 2 different eras, that'd be something crazy. You know, I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. But that play at the end of the game where Drake May rolled out for the bootleg and got the first down, I think Von makes that play. I think, not pointing fingers at nobody, I'm just saying me. I'll make that play. And maybe the Broncos get another chance at the ball when Von makes that sack. Everybody goes great. Von's doing it. Oh, it's bad. Oh, the Von's.
Holy smokes.
The monster.
I think he just set a record of going third person that many times in 33 seconds.
Von still has it.
He's
doing it.
Von makes that play. I'm just talking about Von. I'm talking about anybody else. I'm talking about Von. Oh, my God.
Von going to do what he going to do.
Come on now, baby. A trip. And the guy he's talking about, he doesn't say his name. You know who he's talking about?
Oh, I know. He's talking about the young bucko, Jonah Ellis.
Jonah Ellis. Yeah.
To be honest with you, Z, I don't know why Jonah Ellis was in there in that moment. All right, and I would have to go back and really look at that play. But Jonah Ellis, a second-year player, he's trying to make the play. You know, I don't think he's thinking of a boot. He's thinking, okay, they're going to try to run it down our throat again. But this is where you have to be veteran savvy, and that's what Von's talking about. All right, playing in a lot of big-time games, playing a lot of games, period, you have to understand you still have outside contained if you're a defensive end. Jonah Ellis didn't have contained. Drake May gets outside of him. The rest is history. Now they're going to the Super Bowl instead of us.
Man, oh man.
DJ Von the Don, bring him back.
You think Von makes that play?
Von makes a play.
Stop.
Von makes a play. You want to know why? Because Von's going to get lazy. He's just going to sit there because he's going to think it's a run.
Oh.
So Von's going to play the outside contain because he's going to be there.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, man, Von keeps openly campaigning, wants to be a Denver Bronco again. This is like the 3rd or 4th time since his season ended, which is like a month ago.
Hashtag bring Von back.
Absolutely not, Phil. Stop it.
Bring Von back.
Oh, my God.
You want good music, good DJing in the locker room?
Yeah, he
bring Von back.
Team DJ.
They already have one.
They do. They
He's
do.
good.
They do. He is good. All right, next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right, Bill Barnwell of ESPN ranked the head coaching hires of the last 5 years. Man, you talk about different ends of the spectrum because 2 coaches appear on this list. Nathaniel Hackett came in, so there's 37 coaches hired in the last 5 years. Nathaniel Hackett came in at number 35 out of 37. All right, only ahead, and I can't believe he's ahead of anyone. This is mystifying to me. He's only ahead of Frank Reich in Carolina, which was a disaster. And actually, this one does deserve to be last. Urban Meyer in Jacksonville
that was bad.
Was ranked dead last. And then on the opposite end, Sean Payton came in as the 6th best hire in the last 5 years, behind only Dan Campbell, Nick Sirianni, Mike McDonald, Mike Vrabel, and DeMeco Ryans.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. I mean, I can't argue with that. Who would you put him over?
Maybe DeMeco. Maybe.
Well, DeMeco, honestly, he went to the playoffs
3 years in a row. But he's never made it to like the AFC Championship game.
He hasn't. He hasn't. But just being there 3 years in a row, it still took Sean a year. I don't know. I'm with you. I might go ahead and
maybe.
jump over DeMeco.
I was gonna say maybe Mike McDonald, but I mean, he's in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, my man's in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So, but yeah, different ends of the spectrum for sure. Nathaniel Hackett ranked nearly dead last, and Sean Payton comes in the top 6 next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right. Your CU Buffs, I've been wanting to ask you about this. This came out a couple days ago.
Uh-oh.
Did you see Deion Sanders says he plans to start fining the players for breaking rules?
Yeah.
So like late to practice, that's a $500 fine. No show at practice, that's a $2,500 fine.
It should be a $5,000 fine. Come on, not showing up to practice.
Late to meeting or film, $400. No show at meeting or film, $2,000. Violation of team rules, $1,000 to $2,000. What do you take away from this?
I love it. That's exactly what they're doing in the NFL. Right, the first day you step foot into the NFL, sit down for team meeting, you're going over all the rules, all the fines. That's how it happens. And then you're going to have fines within fines in your running back room, receiver room, things like that. These players are getting paid so much money now. You're having to bend over and kiss their butt. They're bending over and you're kissing their butt. So now you're paying them all this money. They get to the program, but they're not doing what they're supposed to do. So now you think this is a free ride? You already have a full ride scholarship and you're getting paid more. Like, you need to find a way to keep these guys and hold them accountable, right? You find their asses. I'm okay with it, Z.
You know what my takeaway was? And this came out a couple of days ago. We just never got to it. You know what my takeaway was? What the hell is going on up in Boulder that you have to do this?
You don't think the other teams are doing that?
Finding their players? No.
So you think that they're just disciplining them in other ways?
Yeah,
because I'm telling you right now, even when I was going to school, the players would not show up, or
I think
they would
that
have a rager that night and then come back and be late.
Yeah, I think the traditional punishment is, hey, you're going to run, or you have to lift early, or whatever the case. I don't know. I just, if you have to go to this extent, like it would have happened to be happening pretty rampantly for you to take this kind of measure. This is unique. We've never heard of anything like this. And I think, and I call me crazy, but I think like the really good programs, they don't really have as much of these problems as widespread that you would have to implement something like this.
I mean, I don't know, man, because I've seen players out of Alabama, LSU get into the NFL world, and I'm like, dude, you're doing all the wrong things. You're not showing up to meetings in the NFL. So I can't even imagine what it looked like for you at LSU or Alabama.
You think players are doing that with Nick Saban?
I think so. I think there's a couple of them that did.
Maybe a couple.
Yeah, I'm not saying
there's always going to be a couple.
But also,
they're
look,
college-age kids.
Coach Prime is playing chess, not checkers. You sit here and say they don't have no money.
Oh,
how do you do it?
Look at you.
Look at you. Say they don't have any money. So guess what? You take that's what the NFL does. You look. You have your sock. your sock showing or your sock goes down to your knee or to your ankle,
there is
it's
an
a
NIL
$6,000 fine.
CU does
You give a football after you score a touchdown to a little kid in the stands. That's a $5,000 fine.
Holy smokes.
What are we doing?
Holy smokes.
You lower your shoulder, it's a $40,000 fine. NFL's taking their money back.
And so my question is, where does the money go? Is Deion collecting this in cash?
I don't know.
Is this a little sugar on top? Is this a little more cheese on that Whopper? Oh my God!
Chestnut checkers.
Oh
Trying
my
to get
God.
their money back. It's smart, coach.
You can't make it up. That is so
I'll go
funny.
for like $10,000 fines.
Oh my God! All right. Shifting gears here. There's plenty of moving parts right now in Denver sports, but we need to pay attention to something that's happening right in front of us. That's next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
The right financial strategies can make a huge difference, especially if you're nearing retirement. Adam Mueller talks retirement strategies with Mile High Money. Saturday mornings at 8 on Denver Sports 104.3, The Fan.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. How about a New Year's resolution where the commitment takes just one day and yet the results last a lifetime? Address years of hair loss like I did with Dr. Tanya Pauls and Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment using your own natural hair. Advanced Hair restores your bald spot, receding hairline, or thinning, and they guarantee your new hair will grow for life. Celebrate the new year with a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Hey, Mom. It's me. Oh my gosh, you'll never believe what I just opened for Valentine's Day. A sapphire ring from Hellsberg. Just like the one I lost years ago. Remember how excited I was when you gave it to me? I cannot believe you remembered that story. I guess you were right. I really found the one.
This Valentine's Day, create a moment that means something with up to 40% off gifts at Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
When you've been hit by an 18-wheeler, there's 3 things you need to do. First, call the police and get medical care. Second, don't talk to the insurance company alone. And third, call the truck crash lawyers at Berg Simpson Law Firm. Berg Simpson has 50 years of experience holding them accountable and over $50 million recovered after truck crashes. Call Berg Simpson today and let us fight for you so you can focus on healing.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Brian's headed to the basketball court, but he's sick of this check engine light. So he goes to AutoZone for the free Fix Finder service,
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
where a friendly AutoZoner reads the light in just a few minutes and gives him a detailed report,
No big, just a loose gas cap.
and gets him to the court with a tight gas cap and tighter defense. The free Fix Finder service at AutoZone. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Are you worrying about those upcoming credit card bills after the holidays? If you're a homeowner, there's no better time than now to call American Financing and wipe out that debt, eliminate the stress, and set yourself up for a strong 2026. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time in December. American Financing can help you access that equity in your home at an interest rate in the low 5s. You heard that right, in the low 5s. That is a much lower rate than the average 20% or more credit card rate. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise to start the new year. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to see how much you can save. And they are closing some in as fast as 10 days and even delaying 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Call them today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Today's trivia on The Fan is brought to you by Window Nation.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, shifting gears here just a little bit. We will get back to Broncos here at the top of the hour because I want to talk about why this offseason could be the busiest, maybe in the history of the Denver Broncos, and we'll talk about why at 4 o'clock. But I said before going to commercial break just a handful of minutes ago, appreciate you guys being here on a Thursday. There's plenty of moving parts right now in Denver sports, but we need to pay attention to something that's happening right in front of us. And I'm talking about the Colorado Avalanche, who have left the ice going into the locker room as losers in 7 of the last 11 games. Now, some of those are overtime losses where they collected a point, but losing 7 out of 11 after starting 31-2-7 feels meaningful. And I just wanted to have that conversation here today.
You have to be aware, Z. You have to be aware of what's going on. We know the Colorado Avalanche, they're a wagon. They have everything. But they're still going to lose some games. There's going to be games where they don't look like the team that they need to be. Now, I will say this. Yesterday's game was an unprofessional approach, and they know that. Bednar has said it. He came out flat. That was not good enough. And hopefully they come out today firing. Now, with that being said, I think there's context to the reason why the Avs are starting to kind of
falter here?
Yeah, a little bit. Depth. All right, you have Gabe. You have Devon Toews, right? You have these two guys that are key pieces to the reason why you'll win a cup, a reason why you're in this predicament anyway of winning games.
Massive pieces.
And now they're out. All right, so when you're looking at these games on the blue line, Toews and Kale, they're a great tandem together. Now that Kale's the only one there, he's having to do more work. He's having to do the heavy lifting. And we know that Kale likes to score his goals, but also can play defense. Now, when Devon Toews is there, he complements Kale, and now Kale doesn't have to worry as much. And now Kale can do more of the offense where Devon Toews can do the dirty work. So you're missing that at the blue line. Then you have, of course, your captain. All right, Gabe. Gabe's another one. He's that big body that does the dirty work. He is not available either. So now you're starting to see this team without two key pieces lose these games and not be in these games. And it's like, what's going on? They're tired with fatigue. All right, they're lacking depth.
I think they're mentally tired, too.
Mentally tired, and just like it's the execution. All right, last game yesterday was just a poor job of executing.
Well, yeah, they've been going at it since the first week of October, and here we are just a couple days from February. So I think there's something to the physical and mental exhaustion. You know the Olympics are coming up, so you're going to get this reprieve in the middle of the season. Now, last night's game, I don't think had anything to do with Gabe not being around or Taser not being around. That was, I mean, you called it an unprofessional approach. You know, it was borderline that. I mean, it was really hard to watch. It was an absolute slog of a game. You know you don't have the right spirit to compete when you don't force a power play. Not one. That's like playing 38 minutes in a basketball game and not having a single foul.
That's crazy. Like
you should have a foul. You know, you should not have no fouls after playing 30 minutes in a basketball game, or no free throw attempts. You know, that's oftentimes a level of like how much you're asserting yourself. So yeah, it was just hard to watch, man. It was just hard to watch, and they had owned that matchup against Ottawa. I think it was 7 wins in a row, I want to say, against the Senators. The game wasn't very competitive. You know, I thought for a second there in the third period last night they showed some life, which gave me a little hope. But, you add a couple empty netters. Next thing you know, it's 5-2.
My question to you, and I'm just put it out there for everybody just to be aware, with McKenzie Blackwood.
Yeah.
He's had a couple injuries. He got hurt at the beginning, came back, and then had to miss some time for another injury. Well, against the Flyers, he gave up 6 goals. Maple Leafs, he gave up 1. All right, the Senators, he gave up 3. So in the last 3 games, McKenzie Blackwood has given up 10 goals in 3 games.
Yeah.
So that's something to be aware of. Where it's like, hey, when your goalie in between the pipes, they have to be ready to go. We know Reggie's dealing with something, but the one thing that we would come on this show and talk about is the 2 goalies doing their part, standing on their heads. So for McKenzie Blackwood, he's gonna have to start starting going again and make some key saves if we're gonna do what we want to do in the postseason.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And they still have quite a bit of runway. Sure. And I it's just unusual to see a stretch of futility from this team that has been like mostly unstoppable through most of this season. And so, but yeah, last night 8 shots on goal in 2 periods. That's nuts. That's the lowest total in years. They generated just 18 shots on goal. That's their lowest total this year. So, yeah, and then you look at, like, the combination of McKinnon, Marty, Brock Nelson, and Leckie combined for 1 shot on goal last night. That is an unfamiliar sight. Now, it was good to see Val score. He hadn't scored in 10 games. So it was good to see Nichushkin put one in the back of the net. But they had – and here's part of the reason it didn't sit well with me watching it last night. They had 2 days off before.
Yeah.
They're coming off 2 days rest. This was not the back-to-back that you're facing tonight here in Montreal. But if I had to guess, you see maybe not the best version of the Avs tonight, but you see a much more, if you want to say, professional approach.
Yes, yeah, let's go that route.
Yeah, like a little bit more fire in the belly, because it was that's not who they are.
Well, let's get some shots on goal. Just be aggressive in that situation there. All right, the power play. When we do have the opportunities, take advantage of the power play. The penalty kill has been phenomenal for us. That has to keep going. And let's win this game. Let's get back to doing what we do best. McKenzie Blackwood in between the pipes, I'm my guessing. So have yourself a night.
Yep, and it starts with Nate.
And it starts with Nate.
It starts with Nate.
Yes.
Tonight. So you don't have your captain around. He needs to spearhead the spirit of the team here this evening. Encouraging, though. I did mention they're in Montreal here.
Yeah.
Puck drops around 5 o'clock. The Avs on the second night of back-to-backs, man, it's crazy because we say this with the Nuggets too. The Nuggets, for whatever reason, have way outperformed league average on the second night of back-to-backs, especially when Jokic was available here. The Avs have a 4-1-2 record on the second night of back-to-backs. So, and then on the Nuggets front, real quick, we found out about an hour ago. Man, not good news. Aaron Gordon's hamstring. He is going to be out for the next month to a month and a half before he's ever even reevaluated. And so this team on the hardwood side of things just continues to go through it. We got the news yesterday. It's going to be another week before Jokic is reevaluated. Bad news today about Aaron Gordon's hamstring, which obviously impacted and derailed his postseason last year against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Same sequence, calf to hammy. And now it's happened again. It happened last Friday evening. And so he's going to be down for the foreseeable future. Jokic is going to be evaluated another week. Cam Johnson has been down for
what's going on with
a
that, man?
minute with a bone bruise. Christian Brown with his ankle, he was out for a month. He came back and is now back out of the lineup. So, yeah, they're that team, that basketball team that plays at Ball Arena is just going through it in a way that I honestly can't remember in like wholesale fashion, where like this many guys.
All the starters are out. The only one is Jamal Murray.
Yep.
That's crazy. That's
All right.
crazy.
It is. It is. All right. Shifting gears here. Should we be preparing for one of the busier off seasons in the history of the Broncos? That's next.
Which pending free agent do the Denver Broncos have to bring back next season?
I will say this. If I did the ranking, right, of these 4 notable free agents, I'm going to put JFM first. If they don't want to prioritize him, I'm going to. You win football games from the big uglies up front.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here. And when you're dealing with joint pain, you don't want guesswork. You want a real plan. And that's why I send people to RegenerX in Denver. Their professionalism is on another level, guys. The moment you walk in, they're going to break everything down for you. Maybe it's the Wharton's jelly to support the joint pain. Maybe it's the shockwave therapy to wake that blood flow back up. Whatever the situation is, they're going to sit you down and map it out step by step. And they don't just do it one time and disappear. No. At RegenerX, they're going to build a 6-month booster to keep your results feeling strong. And that's how you know they're serious about long-term performance. But here's the part that everybody loves the most. Their consultation is completely free. No risk, no commitment, just real answers. If you're dealing with degenerative joints or pain that's slowing you down, this is your chance to see if their treatments really can work for you. Look, if the joint pain is stealing your explosiveness, your confidence, and your ability to keep up with your kids, stop pushing through it. Guys, your quality of life matters. You matter. So you need to give RegenerX a call today at 303-630-9770 for your free consultation. Invest in your future self and let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you.
The Ultimate RV Show is returning to the Colorado Convention Center in Denver, Colorado. Admission is free. Join us January 28th through the 31st to shop special show pricing on over 300 fully staged new and used RVs. Get a first look at brand new models. Browse a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Check out the latest RV gear and accessories and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show at the Colorado Convention Center, January 28th through the 31st. Get your free ticket today at ultimatervshow.com.
HelloFresh makes home cooking nutritious, delicious, and exciting. You excited when you get those freezer-burnt, pre-packaged meals in the mail? I know I'm not. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here for my friends at Xfinity. Now, when Team USA is on, you can almost see the moment when the kid starts believing, hey, I could be next. Now, while Xfinity can't guarantee that, they can guarantee something super important. That's your internet price won't change for 5 years. No contracts, no commitments. So, while your kid's ordering online or streaming highlight reels, your Xfinity internet price won't change. It will not budge. And who knows, by the time the next Winter Olympics roll around, your kid could be getting fitted for their very own Team USA uniform. And guess what? You'll be paying the same price for reliable Wi-Fi. And there's even more to enjoy with Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 10 years. That's a $10.99 value each month. Xfinity, imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes, fees, extras. Actual speeds may vary.
Men, it's the new year, and for many of us, it's a time of deciding to make positive changes in our lives. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction and are tired of the frustration and embarrassment ED causes, you should call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today, because there probably isn't a better resolution you can make than to be done with ED. You see, ED doesn't just affect you, it can also affect your partner, even if they don't talk about it. But here's some great news. If you're like most guys, the treatments at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic will give you back your sex life, because our protocols have success rates that work in well over 90% of cases. Seriously, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So, make an appointment and get ED out of your life. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Hey, Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian sliders. There's nothing like it.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
I think that this offseason for the Denver Broncos, which is just getting underway.
Damn, man, we're already at the offseason.
Right?
Well, usually as a player, you're happy. Not these players, and not the Denver Broncos of the 2025/26, because they should be in the Super Bowl. But usually as a player, you're ready to go to Cancun. Your body's hurt. You just had the surgeries. And, you made a little bit of money for yourself.
Sure.
Now you want to go and, make some things happen.
Yeah, no doubt. And I hope these guys enjoy their offseason. It was a hell of a season.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, like, what a ride. And the end, was terrible. It sucked. But you can't change it. You can improve the football team, though. And, I think that this offseason has potential to be one of the most exciting in recent memory. And I think the Broncos have done a good job here in recent off seasons. You think of adding someone like Hufanga and how he changed the defense this year. I mean, he was an MVP, I think, of your
he was my
the
MVP,
defense this year.
Did you come around? I don't think you had Hufanga. I think you had.
Who did I have? I think maybe Zach Allen.
Oh yeah, Zach Allen. That's a good one though.
So no wrong answer. But I think they've done mostly a good job here. But this offseason, it's different. This offseason, all right, they are finally out of the Russell Wilson dead cap situation, which was the largest in NFL history ×2.
Free.
And while that is happening, it's intersecting for the first time with your quarterback being on a rookie deal. And with this ownership group that spares no expense and is in a Super Bowl window, like by definition, they were 60 minutes away.
Not even that. We said a half, right?
Yeah.
We said a half.
Yeah, they were half a football away from going to the Super Bowl. And you're going to have more money than you've ever had to spend, no dead cap, and quote QB on a rookie deal. I mean, goodness gracious. Here was George Payton earlier this week about not having that dead cap.
Yeah, I think players will want to come here for a number of reasons. I think number one is ownership. That's the number one, and you can see what they've done, what they're doing, what they continue to do, and all the resources and leadership they've shown. I think quarterback makes a big difference. Players wanting to come to the quarterback, and the fan base in Denver. I mean, people love it here, and I think that helps. And now we're playing at a high level, and again, it starts over. But I think players will want to be here.
I mentioned this to Richie yesterday when he was filling in. I think the Broncos have become one of the more desirable destinations in the entire NFL to be with. And I don't think that's because I'm this close to the situation. You look at how the team now travels. You look
First
at
class.
The new facility.
Yeah.
You look at the strength and conditioning program. You look at the nutrition program. All you players talk. It's a small world for these guys who are active players. Do you agree with that?
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree with that. I mean, you look at what's getting ready to happen with the facility, and you're like, damn, it's like a college. You're getting the best food. You're going to be able to have Bo Lowry and the staff over there working on you to try to keep you healthy, and they've been able to keep majority of our players here healthy. Now, of course, Bo Nix being a guy that we have to keep healthy, you do have the quarterback. That's number one right there. Why did everybody want to come to Denver before when we won a Super Bowl? Mr. Peyton Manning. All right, that's why Emmanuel Sanders, when I used to talk to E all the time in the facility, why'd you come here? Payton.
Yep.
All right, that's where DeMarcus Ware and why he came. Like, you get some big-time, not just names, but big-time ball players that want to come here and help win a Super Bowl. And then you get like-minded people that want to come here, right? Everybody wants to be a part of a winning organization. And so when you're able to go out there and pick from a couple big-name players, but pick the right big-name player, that's when you end up being a team that wins a Super Bowl. So, yes, this right here, this spot right now with the Denver Broncos, who would not want to be a Denver Bronco?
Yeah, I mean, goodness gracious. For all the reasons that you just outlined, combined with some of the stuff that I said, I mean, it's, man.
And they have the money.
And they have the money.
You can overspend. That's what they're going to do in the free agency anyway. Any team, you're going to overspend for a player, but you have the luxury to do that and more. You can add a couple depth pieces that nobody's going to talk about. But then AFC Championship comes rolling around. Somebody's hurt, not a quarterback this time. They can come plug them in and play, and you can win because of them still.
Man, they're already a really good team. They're a really good team.
Yeah.
With what they're about to do, they could be a great team. They could be a Super Bowl winning team. It's incredibly exciting. Here was more from George Payton. He was asked initially about Sean dealing with some days a disappointment, but kind of spun into how they'll approach this next window of time with a quarterback under a rookie deal.
Yeah, we've both been through this. This is my third championship loss. He's been through it. He's had tough losses. You learn. You have to move forward. You look at the things that we did, all the positive things that we did, and you build on that. In regards to the quarterback, I don't think we're always going to push it. And we're going to push it this year. It's all these other teams are pushing it. They're hiring these, so we have to be on our game. We have to make really good decisions. We're going to be aggressive, and regardless of what whose contract is what, I think it's really important. Now we're going to be sound and prudent with our decisions. And the good news is, we have some cap room. We have 5 picks in the first 4 rounds. We could get 2 compensatory, which would give us 9. So we just have, I always talk flexibility. We're going to have all sorts of flexibility.
All sorts of flexibility. We're going to be aggressive. 5 draft picks in the first 4 rounds, more money available to them in free agency than they've had in years. I mean,
when that hits your ears, when he's saying all that, what comes to your head?
Honestly, you know what came to my head? You're already in the AFC Championship game without these draft picks and without these free agents. The Denver Broncos are going to be a really, really hard team to make. I'm serious. Like the 53-man roster.
Yeah, but that's great. Competition, right?
It's fantastic.
It's going to create competition. It's going to bring the best out of everybody. When I look at them, I'm like, wow, they're going to have everything just sitting right in front of them. Now, they have to get the draft right, which George has done a great job of. We talked about it multiple times the past couple years of George Payton's picks. Now, he's going to still have to do his job and dive deep because he's not going to be getting a pick in the first round, second pick overall. Like, he's going to have to do his work, which he's going to do. The thing that gets to me, though, all right, when you start to be too aggressive, is you can become lazy and just pick the biggest name out there. Like, you still have to do your homework on that guy, the injury. Like, does he truly fit? Does he fit this team? Now, I know they'll do that. But also, it's easier to just throw money at somebody because they'll take it. They'll take it because you're willing to give them a lot of money. I'll take it.
But is it a locker room fit as well?
Is it a locker room fit? That's more important.
They've done such a great job of identifying the right human being to add to this concoction here. Good football players, for sure. Some great football players, but they're the right puzzle pieces from a human standpoint. How many times did we hear this year, man, this is one of the closest teams I've ever been around?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't put a free agent price tag on that. And so I think of some of the guys that have came here through the years that were top tier free agents that were available. Someone like a Randy Gregory, like just they just wouldn't fit. They wouldn't fit this culture that they've established. And I said it during the year. There was almost like a collegiate feel to the tightness of this team from the quarterback room right on down, and so. You got to continue that. You can't look past that. And like you said, they won't. This operation has earned a certain level of trust, I think. So I can't wait. I mean, this is going to be really fun.
This is their time. This is where they make their money. Show us who the next Broncos are going to be to help us win a Super Bowl. because the Super Bowl window is here. But once Bo Nix's contract comes to play, it's going to start to close because you have to pay the big-time money to our franchise quarterback.
Yep. All right. Hey, we got an update on the Broncos' new stadium yesterday, and I want to take a dive into that next.
After a heartbreaking loss in the AFC Championship game, how will the Broncos approach their pivotal offseason?
We have to be on our game. We have to make really good decisions. We're going to be aggressive. We have some cap room. We have 5 picks in the first 4 rounds. I always talk flexibility. We're going to have all sorts of flexibility.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here today about my long-term buddy Troy Hansford. And if you're thinking about selling your house for any reason, now might be the time to sell, still get top dollar. Believe it or not, my guy Troy is still offering his $5,000 guarantee. What is it, you ask? Well, if he can't sell your house at your price on your timeline that you agree upon beforehand, bam, going to cut you a check for $5,000. Who else makes the offer? Nobody I've ever heard of. And he makes that offer because he continues to spend a ton of money marketing his listings, has about 100 families approved and ready to buy right now. And if for any reason you need to sell right away, Troy can buy your house all cash and he can close in as little as 7 days. You have a house to sell, Troy probably has that perfect buyer for you right now, waiting for you to pick up the phone and to call him. Call Troy, get your home sold for the most money. That's 720-900-4433, 720-900-4433. Troy Hansford of RE/MAX Professionals, a Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions do apply. You want to sell your house? Then call my buddy Troy, 720-900-4433.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank. And let's get more from money. Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Still haven't filed your taxes? Hey, you're not the only one. A lot of good people fall behind. But here's the thing. The longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties stack up. Interest piles on. The letters get more aggressive. None of it magically disappears. It's why I always tell folks, call my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions. These are not generalists. They don't dabble in tax problems. They live in this world. Resolving IRS issues is all they do. Maybe you're 1 year behind. Maybe you're 10. Maybe you've got unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, or you're just losing sleep wondering what the IRS is going to do next. Their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, talk to the IRS for you, stop the stress, and start putting a real plan in place. And listen, waiting never makes it better. Every day you delay is another day the IRS gets to tighten the screws. One quick call to Advanced Tax Solutions, that could be the start of a quick resolution. So take control of your tax situation before the IRS does. Reach out to Advanced Tax Solutions today and breathe again.
The 2025 sell-off event is happening now at Beaux-Arts Chevrolet in Park Meadows and Celebration Chevrolet in Aurora. All 2025 Chevrolet models and select 2026s are priced to move. When you buy, you're choosing a name you can trust for all your automotive needs. Mention the Fan and get 10% off any service with tire rotation always included with any basic service. Happening now at Beaux-Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet. All financing is based on approved credit. Incentives vary by model and availability. Select 2025 and 2026 models only. Service offer valid at Beaux-Arts Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet with mention of station. See dealer for complete details.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Chick-fil-A's new Frosted Sodas and Floats, it's a 10 out of 10. Hey, this is Lizzie, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new Frosted Sodas and Floats is how well they go together. You will love having your favorite soda blended with our creamy ice stream to make a new Frosted Soda or Float. With the mix of the ice stream and soda fizz, it's so delicious, I call it Fizzalicious.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new Frosted Soda and Float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Free barbecue? Yep, absolutely free barbecue. Hey, everybody, Dan Jacobs, the barbecue lawyer at 303 Law 4040. It's 2026, and we are taking our free meal program to the next level, and I want you to help spread the word with me if you can. I got a brand new smoker, and this thing's a beast. It's over 6 feet tall, so we can cook that 1,000 pounds of free barbecue each and every month. Here's what you do. It's Eastern Hills Community Church, 4 to 6 p.m. every first and third Thursday. I'm smoking up delicious pulled pork or my addictive copycat Chipotle recipe, and we're serving it up for free. You just get in line, you pop the trunk, we put free groceries in your trunk, and then we ask you how many meals you need for the night. It's that simple, no questions asked. It's at Smoky Hill and Arapahoe Road every first and third Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. Help us spread the word, and if you have any questions, you can always call me. The barbecue lawyer's number is 303 Law 4040.
Brandon Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss, presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
We were just talking about the Denver Broncos being a free agent destination. And, you know,
be aggressive, man.
Yeah. I mean, this is going to be very fun. This is going to be very fun. Free agency, by the way, I mean, we're like 2 months away from free agency. So we're going to have the Super Bowl next weekend.
Yep.
And then there'll be some downtime, but not long after that. I mean, you're going to start hearing free agency rumors and potential destinations and all of that.
A little bit of tampering before the tampering period. I mean, everything is getting ready to go on. The players, the coaching staff, after the Super Bowl, they're going to go on vacation for a week, maybe 2, get back in the building and start talking to agents.
Yeah. So it won't be long. All right. Tomorrow we'll start talking about some potential names out there. But also, you know, in the course of our conversation, and this probably wouldn't be very high on a free agents list because it's years out in the future, maybe more of a draft pick. Maybe it could be on their radar once they get picked by the Broncos and start understanding what organization they're in. And that's a new stadium. You know, like it's not going to be long. It is not going to, or at least we don't think. So we haven't heard anything lately about an announcement. So we'll continue to keep our ear, you know, to the street, if you will.
But it's coming.
It's coming.
Like, we know that. I mean, Greg Penner has already put it out there that they're going to do something special for Denver, special for Broncos country. So I can't wait to see what it looks like, what it feels like. All right, the retractable roof,
yeah,
like the grass, like things like that. I can't wait to see like how it just looks. I know when I was playing, the Raiders had the new stadium in Vegas.
Allegiant, yeah.
And that was awesome. The locker room was like straight black. Everything was black like the Raiders. It was interesting. All right, Dallas Cowboys has been around for a very long time, but it looked like the Dallas Cowboys. Now you have someone like the Chargers that kind of had the same idea as the Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys, but it had a little bit of twist to it as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Denver Broncos' new stadium actually looks like.
Yeah, and then the building out of it.
Yeah.
And this really, you know, I think the new training facility, I mean, first of all, that thing looks nuts. So I can't imagine, and I'm hoping, because they did this the last time when they, I don't know, maybe 12, 13, 14 years ago. I really forget, but it was before my time here. They built the current training facility. And when they opened it, they invited the media in and showed them. And I'm hoping they do that with this new facility.
Come on, it's Greg Penner and the ownership group. They only do things first class. They're gonna have us in there. Why would they not?
I hope so. Just kind of show us around. Look at the new digs.
They're gonna be keeping an eye on you. You like to wander. You're like, is this Sean Payton's office?
Like, is that Zach in the cold tub?
Why does he have dry needles in his hamstring?
Oh my gosh. So you have that, but really, big picture wise, we're in the infancy of this new ownership group. So you look at some of the tea leaves prior to this stadium build, and it's the new jumbo jet, the double decker, and it's the new training facility, and it's underground parking, and it's the best of everything. If that's any indication what the new stadium is going to be, the Broncos, and I would imagine Greg Penner and Carey will look at the new stadium as like their true baby.
Yeah.
True baby.
Why not? Why would you not? You're investing so much money, not just into the Denver Broncos and that organization, but this part right here, the stadium, this is a part of you and what you guys want this to be, your vision, your dream of how this stadium is going to look for many years. And it's not just for the football team. I mean, you're looking to make a bunch of money on it, like you said, like when they do March Madness, or if WWE wants to come to town. Like,
definitely.
You want to be able to attract everybody. So I can't imagine what it's going to look like and how long it's going to truly take to be done with how creative it may be.
Yeah, I would just block out 5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Why 5 years?
I think that has in general been kind of the standard of a build, and especially when you're not just doing a standalone stadium, when you're going to do like a stadium district, it's going to take a lot of time. And I mean, and these construction, and this is just historically true with construction, it typically takes longer.
Well, you've done some stuff.
Yes, when I was younger, I worked construction with a masonry group, but I was a grunt. I was just bringing mud up and down ladders, and the hardest thing that you can do on a regular basis is mix cement in a wheelbarrow. When we had smaller jobs, when business was slow, like we used to call them rate jobs, where everyone gets the same rate. So I was like 20 years old, making $37 an hour because we were working on like a government building or like a library or a school. And man, I remember I bought my first flat screen TV off those rate jobs. But when those would dry up, they'd go do residential. And mixing cement, which we'd call mud, mixing mud in a wheelbarrow.
If you're watching this now, go ahead, Z, put it up a little bit.
I'm doing this thing. No, because it looks dirty.
No, I'm just mixing.
But you're holding a hoe.
Yeah.
Right? And so make that, you can't make it up. You're holding a hoe, and you are mixing the mud back and forth, and you're adding water slowly to get the right consistency.
Man, that sounds tough.
Not enough water, they can't use it, all right, because it's too dry. Too much water, it's too liquidy to stay between the bricks. But doing that over and over and then putting it into buckets and delivering it to where the actual masons need it, dude, it's a
PTSD thing. It's like a flashback for you right now.
Being the grunt, that's the lowest on the totem pole of a masonry company is the hardest work that you will do.
So that's what they say. Hey, you're considered the grunt.
Yeah, I was called college boy. I was doing it during the summers, and so
he's like, hey, the cement's there. You're going to grab it. You're going to mix that hoe. and what are you laughing for? That's what it's called.
And so we, anyway, when I started, because you said construction usually takes longer.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 out of every 10 construction jobs takes shorter.
And that's why you're saying 5 years.
Yeah, we just plan on 5 years. Maybe it's 6 years, and it's going to be between $4 and $6 billion, and it's going to be grand.
Yeah,
and
I don't care how long it takes. It's going to be glorious.
Here's Greg Penner on where they're at in that process.
So the new stadium plans are coming along. We're working through preliminary designs with architects. All of that is going well. As I mentioned, we're going through the process of conversations with the community to make sure we come up with the right structures. We're evaluating retractable roof options, and in this case, would we, you all saw the weather this year. It was fantastic. I mean, until the last game. And the NFL does have guidelines or rules around, the home team select or choosing what they're going to do with their roof and when they can open or close it. So we'd obviously comply with that. In this case, we would have likely closed it ahead of time, given both the temperature and the potential precipitation. That being said, who knows if that would have had any outcome on the game either way. This would have been more around just what was going to be good for the fans. So it was pretty rough.
Well, it was rough for a lot of folks. I prepared for it, and it was okay. But here's what I'll say. I don't think it's been made official that the Broncos will have a retractable roof, but even the fact that Greg Penner is openly talking about potentially having a roof and some guidelines.
I mean, how could you not, though? If you're gonna fork up a bunch of money, you might as well do it the right way. And he says it like this: they're looking at options.
Right.
So my I'm speculating, but there's definitely gonna be a retractable roof. It just depends on what type of option. The other thing is there is guidelines. So let's just say that the roof has been open the whole year. The NFL is gonna say you have to keep it open. So that's why Greg said he would have closed it earlier, because then maybe the guidelines would be like, okay, the NFL can't tell me to open this roof and it's snowing and now I can keep it closed and we don't have to deal with the snow. It's weird, man.
Well, I would say a retractable roof is 100% coming, because he would not be entertaining the conversation in the way that he did yesterday if that wasn't the aim. So it's really exciting, man. It is. This is going to be the Broncos are just getting started. Keep going back to that in so many different ways.
Yeah.
So, all right, free agency. Leaving the names out of it for now, what do you think the top target positionally in free agency will be? We'll talk about that coming up next.
The 2025 season came to a frustrating end, but the Broncos look like they're just getting started.
Just 2 years ago, you had people around the NFL saying the Broncos would be lucky to be able to field a team. And what did they do in those 2 years? They won 24 games, finished first, hosted the AFC Championship game, and lost a 3-point game with a backup quarterback.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here. I got to tell you about one of the most unique spots anywhere in the world. Literally. I'm talking about the Basketball Social House Bar and Grill in Centennial. This place has award-winning food, drinks. Guys, try the brunch, all right? It is unreal. But what really sets this place apart is it's a first-of-its-kind sports bar and entertainment experience. Literally the only one in the world right here in Centennial, Colorado. And don't get it twisted. This place isn't just for hoopers. Even if you never touch a basketball, it's an awesome spot to eat, drink, hang out, and watch the game. But if you do want to play, you can book your own private basketball suite with a court, lounge seating, music, TVs, and more. Perfect for parties, birthdays, or just an upgraded night out. It's also one of the best places in Colorado to watch big games with what might be the best happy hour in the state every day from 7 p.m. till close. You can find them at 7450 South University Boulevard in Centennial, or check them out online at thebasketballsocialhouse.com. And because you heard it from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental when you use the code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, this place is a slam dunk.
This President's Day, Pure Talk is honoring Jackson and Lincoln by offering unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data for just $25 a month. Meanwhile, Big Wireless is honoring Benjamin Franklin by charging families hundreds of dollars for the same 5G service. What's up with that? Ben Franklin wasn't even a president. When you switch to Pure Talk, you'll be in business with an American wireless company that supports our vets in a big way and keeps all their customer service in this country. That's important. And you'll be on the same towers the big carriers use, so you'll get the same 5G service without the inflated price. So hang on to your Benjamins and switch to Pure Talk for a Jackson and a Lincoln. No contract, no hidden fees. Dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll get 50% off your first month when you switch. That's pound 250, Mike Rowe, for an American wireless company that is truly unprecedented. Pure Talk.
New deals, new wheels. AutoNation's New Year, New Wheels event is going on now. Drive any new or used vehicle 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Save thousands on Toyotas, Fords, Hondas, Chevys, Mercedes-Benz, and more. 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation store today or AutoNation.com.
On select models with approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase on deferred payments. See store for details.
Save more on the brands pros trust at Lowe's. Right now, get up to 35% off select major appliances and choose from our wide lineup of top brands. Plus, save $100 on a Little Giant 22-foot multi-position ladder. Now just $189. Built for strength, flexibility, and job site versatility. Pros, these savings will only be here for a limited time. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/30. While supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
I wish I'd gotten treated for my erectile dysfunction sooner. Men, I hear this all the time from our patients. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if ED is a problem in your life, resolve to get it treated today and stop having it affect you and the one you love. ED is simply a medical condition, and it's fully treatable. And at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most guys, your ED will be a thing of the past. In fact, you could be having great sex within a day or two of your first appointment, and you'll likely find you're performing like you haven't in a long time. It's the new year. Resolve to get your ED treated and change your life. Call us at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you. Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, a Promenic restorative health practice.
One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. What a deal.
Your new morning groove. Iced coffee from McDonald's, any size for just $1 until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Any jewelry store can sell you a diamond, but there's only one family jeweler in Colorado that was literally built on them.
In fact, we've sold more diamonds to more couples for more years than any other jeweler in Denver. I'm Bruce Williams.
And I'm Steve Williams. That's why we built Williams Jewelers, 2 stores totally dedicated to celebrating your love.
All the world's top bridal designers, 10 times the certified loose diamonds at our diamond bar.
And Denver's true diamond experts who will share their knowledge and passion on how to get the most diamond for your money guaranteed.
So whether you're looking for the perfect diamond engagement ring
or that second diamond celebrating a love of many years,
we have the perfect diamond for you.
And that's why every day more couples say will you with Williams.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers in Inglewood at Bellevue and Broadway, and in Cherry Creek North, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, so we are just a couple months away from free agency, and I don't want to get too deep in the weeds today because the NFL season is still going on, and We need just a beat to take some inventory here. But I do want to talk about positionally, if there's anything glaring. By the way, NFL free agency officially starts on March 11th.
Okay, that's official. So tampering, is that March 11th too? Or?
March 9th.
Okay.
So you're going to have about 48 hours of tampering, all right, which is I just think is hilarious that it's literally labeled a tampering period.
But they've been tampering a week before that.
That's right. So it's semantical. So that starts on March 9th. So we're just a couple months away. It's going to be February here in, I said 2 months away. I mean, not even that.
We're used to the Denver Broncos not making it this far. And so usually we're used to getting all into free agents, draft, combine. Not this year. We were one game. I hate to break it to us. We were one game away from the Super Bowl. So things are just flying by now because of being in the playoffs so long.
Well, positionally, what comes to mind when you think about this football team positionally to address in free agency?
I'm going to go straight offense right here. Our defense has been stellar for the last 2 years. But now we need weapons around Bo Nix. This is the time to do it. Why? Because Bo Nix is on a rookie deal. So free agency-wise, go out there and be aggressive. You're going to add some other players in the draft. But if you're aggressive in the free agent market, the draft is players that you can develop behind some of these older veterans. That's what you're looking for. So I'm looking for a running back. I'm looking for an explosive running back. Let's say we don't get J.K. Dobbins, and J.K. decides to go somewhere else where they're going to give him that 1 year, $5 million that ZB doesn't believe in yet. Guaranteed. But go out there and listen. I keep saying Breece Hall because you like Breece Hall.
I do like Breece Hall.
He's a free agent, so we're allowed to go out there and try to get him. He's still young. He's explosive. He went for his first 1,000-yard year this year.
Yep.
All right, he can help Bo Nix out. Why is it so important to help Bo Nix out? Because we want Bo Nix to stay healthy a full season so that we can get to a Super Bowl. In order to do that, you have to have a damn run game. We have to finally get somebody that can stay healthy enough to get to 1,000 yards. Or I may have to come out of retirement and do that for him. How much one year, $5 million, right?
Oh, my gosh.
So I'm going to go with the number one, and then I'm going to let you go, Z, is the running back position. Who you got, man?
Yeah, man. And look, I'm not going to overthink it. I think you go get Breece Hall.
So it is Breece Hall.
It is Breece Hall. That's who I wanted at the trade deadline. I was the loudest voice on the station in this market. They needed to address the running back position. Actually, even at the time, few people were talking about that. It was adding a wide receiver or even tight end.
Z, I think you brought this up. I want to say, even when J.K. was healthy.
Yes, no, I did, because I said, this guy's injury history is so real. You need to prepare for this, because we had already established at that point in the season that R.J. Harvey didn't look like a starting caliber running back. And I said, hey, your team is fantastic, but you have to be able to run the ball. And at the time, the passing offense was still coming along and was disjointed. And it's like, dude, if this guy goes down, you're going to be in a really bad spot. And it literally came to fruition in a way that I wish never happened. But I remember saying, hey, if I'm a radio host and I'm calling this out in advance, they should have known too. Phil, man, you could actually paint a scenario that if they had Breece Hall last Sunday, they could be in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yes. I mean, Breece Hall is a top 10 running back. I won't say top 5. I feel like we say top 5 for everything. At least top 10 and not number 10 running back in the league. And he's young. And he gets to run behind this offensive line.
And he's still 24 years old.
He's 24 years old. Yes, he would have helped us out. Having J.K., Breece Hall, and even R.J. Harvey, just having those three, right? The three-headed monster right there. That helps take pressure off your young quarterback. It helps the pass game because now the defense is going to have to come up in the box like I always talk about. Now you're going to open up the pass game for the receivers like Courtland Sutton and Troy Franklin. But because you did not have that run game, you don't have a defense that's going to respect it.
No.
And now it's like, let's double up on court.
Yep.
And let's force the quarterback to pass to beat us.
Well, Breece Hall has never not ran for less than 4.2 yards a carry. This past year, it was 4.4 yards a carry. It's been as high as 5.8 yards a carry. He's a really good player. He's been available for 3 straight seasons. His rookie year, he missed some time. That was back in 2022, but he played 17 games in 23, 16 games in 24, 16 games in 25. So he's missed 2 games in the last 2 years total. So he's he is what he represents is a proven concept at the position of need. A proven concept at the position of need. All right, and I do not believe you can just go into the draft and cross your fingers that your evaluation is right, because so far, and maybe this will change over time, but so far the evaluation on RJ Harvey, while he's a weapon and will be making plays on game day for the next couple years here, a few years here, hopefully longer, he's not a 1A starting running back. So we know that. But also, if you just address the position through the draft, you risk that your evaluation's a little bit off again. And by the way, their evaluation with running backs has just been a little bit off.
You're right about that.
You can look at Audric Estime or the initial projection for Harvey. So while signing Breece Hall in free agency should not prevent you from adding a running back in the draft, because I think they should. I think they should add him in free agency and draft one, all right, in maybe a mid-round, like a day 2 maybe, a draft pick. But then you can go into next season with Harvey as a 1B type of weapon, all right? Breece Hall as a veteran starter, but who's still in his physical prime. At that time, he'll be 25 years old at the start of next season on a 4-year contract. So you get him through his 20s. Don't worry about it after that. His market value, according to SpotRack.com, is 4 years, right around $40 million. So it's around $10 million a year. That's quite a bit.
That's a lot.
Quite a bit.
Are you willing to give that up? You don't like running backs like that, remember.
I don't like big money long-term deals. This falls short of like a big money long-term deal, like a Christian McCaffrey type of deal.
Yeah, nobody's getting that again.
Like that's not what this is. So it sort of lives somewhere in between, and you can move forward into next year with someone like Breece Hall, a new drafted running back, a day 2 pick, and RJ Harvey, and just be set up at that position. Sean said he learned from Bill Parcells to stack them at that position. We'll stack them.
Look at you. Look at you. I didn't know you were going to move the goalpost, though. You moved it back. You say, hey, like 4 years is not a lot. 4 years, $40 million.
I mean, these deals that were in vogue like 10 years ago, the 6-year contracts, $70 million, $80 million.
But that was for everybody. I mean, back then. But
yes,
running backs were a hot commodity. And then all of a sudden last year, was it last year? Last year, Saquon, Derrick Henry, where they end up getting the big-time contracts. Josh Jacobs being another one, got a big-time contract. The guy, and I'm just going to put this on your radar. I'm not going to explain like you. All right, you did a lot of explaining right there. I love it. All right, you have me ready to go and sign Breece Hall right now. 4 years, $40 million. Let's see if he'll take it. But a guy keep on your radar is somebody we talked about and you liked last year too, Rico Dowdle.
Yeah.
You know, he went for 1,000 yards again. He did it with the Dallas Cowboys. He did it with the Carolina Panthers this year, 236 carries, little over 1,000 yards, only 6 touchdowns. But he's a guy that can complement someone like RJ Harvey because, you know, Sean, that's his baby. RJ's going to have to get some carries.
Yep.
So you got to get a running back that's willing to complement that other guy and not wanting to take all the carries. That's something that you still have to take in consideration when you're hiring a running back to come in here and help RJ Harvey out.
Well, I'll say this. I'll give you one more name, too. A guy who this past year impressed the heck out of me. One of the league-leading rushers, over 1,200 yards. Top 10 running back. Javonte Williams.
Oh, no. Look at you.
He played great, though.
He did.
He played great.
Bring Javonte back.
Hashtag
Bring
it.
Vaughn. Bring Von Miller,
Yeah.
DJ Von the Don,
Yep.
and bring Javonte Williams back.
Shane Ray, too.
Shane Ray, bring him on back.
All right. How will you feel tonight watching the first of its kind reunion? All right. Also, I want to follow up for the Bo Nix conversation and this injury history and have a comprehensive conversation about it. And we'll do all of that as we are coming up on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
The Broncos have fired offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi.
We take the next step today.
With a rising star like Davis Webb waiting in the wings, is Sean Payton clearing the path to keep his talented QB coach in Denver? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
The Ultimate RV Show is returning to the Colorado Convention Center in Denver, Colorado. Admission is free. Join us January 28th through the 31st to shop special show pricing on over 300 fully staged new and used RVs. Get a first look at brand new models. Browse a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Check out the latest RV gear and accessories and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show at the Colorado Convention Center, January 28th through the 31st. Get your free ticket today at ultimatervshow.com.
Let me ask you something. Is your money doing everything it can for you?
I don't know. How would I know?
Is it automatically saving for special events and keeping you posted on its progress? Like at Huntington Bank?
Oh, no.
Is it tracking your spending so you can make the best choices at the mall?
Nope.
Or setting limits on your teenager's debit card?
Definitely not.
Then it could certainly be doing more.
Yeah, sure sounds like it.
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
What's up, guys? You need healthy options you'll actually crave? HelloFresh brings the flavor with homemade meals that are wholesome, fresh, and always hit the spot. Turn fresh, balanced ingredients into home-cooked meals that are easy to make and taste great. Keep your health on track with GLP-1 friendly options and high-protein meals packed with over 30 grams of protein. My lady is always telling me how I need more protein in my life. From udon soup to hearty chicken pastas, enjoy mouth-watering dishes that spice up your weeknights. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
What's up, everybody? It's Cecil. You'd love new windows. I'd love new windows. That's why I went to Window Nation. Why? Because I live in Roxborough. I deal with a ton of wind and cold winter months. Well, that means the higher heat bills. I don't want that. Well, how do you fight that? You fight it with new windows. Right now, Window Nation's buy 4, get 4 windows free sale. You can get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. It's time. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Visit windownation.com now. It's windownation.com.
Denver football faithful, join Cherry Hills Community Church February 8th for their Super Sunday celebration at the 9 or 10:30 a.m. services. Hear guest speaker and former Bronco Joel Dreesen. Come for a full day of family-friendly fun and a chance to win a Broncos football, autographed by John Elway, Bo Nix, and Peyton Manning. Kids can enjoy an NFL-style experience. The whole family can enjoy free food. It's a Super Sunday celebration on February 8th at Cherry Hills Community Church. Learn more at cherryhills.com/events.
For 60 years, this Toyota location has served Colorado drivers. And today, Groove Toyota carries that legacy forward with family-owned values and a smarter way to buy. Right now, Groove Toyota has over 150 used vehicles on one lot, with more than 50 priced under $15,000. So finding something that fits your budget is easier than you think. Inventory changes daily. See what's available today at GrooveToyota.com or visit us on Broadway in Inglewood. Groove Toyota. Start here. Go anywhere.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I could achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You will feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guarantee. I know from personal experience, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR. Discover what meeting your resolution could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com. DenverSports.com.
Nothing brings friends and family together on game day like delicious King's Hawaiian Sliders. Bring them to the big game table and be the real MVP. Football and King's irresistible Hawaiian Sliders. There's nothing like it.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
I want to give a shout out real quick. Going into business for myself here for just a second. I want to give a shout out to my Uncle Danny.
All right.
Man, my Uncle Danny lives in Buffalo, and he listens to our show damn near every day.
Shout out Uncle Danny.
2 hours. So like right now it's 6:50, on the East Coast. And I just can't believe how much he listens. He texts me and gives me ideas or suggestions on things to say. And so shout out my Uncle Danny, a veteran of the United States Navy as well. So, all right, shifting gears here. How will you feel tonight? We'll get back to Broncos here in just about 10 minutes. I want to have a comprehensive conversation about Bo Nix and his injury history and the level of concern. And we'll get back to that. But how will you feel tonight watching the first of its kind reunion? Michael Porter Jr. back in Denver for the very first time.
And PJ, Zach, I have a big smile on my face right now because I'm excited to see him back here in Denver playing against his old team, playing against a team that he helped win a championship with. I'm excited for him, too, because he's having a great year.
He really is.
He's 25 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. He may end up going somewhere else. They may end up trading him somewhere else.
They could. He's played so well. Brooklyn is in a full-blown rebuild.
But you said they were going to do this.
Yep. I literally said before the season ever started, prepare for Michael Porter Jr. to have career-high numbers on one of the worst teams in the league.
And here you are. Career-high numbers, one of the worst teams in the league. But he may be rewarded, and now he may be traded somewhere that needs him.
Yeah, maybe competing.
So, good for him. But I'm happy he's coming back. I'm happy that he'll be in the building. Now, I don't want him to beat up on us. Last time we went to New York, he had himself a day, 27 points.
He did.
I want to say 10 or 11 rebounds. I mean, he was out for blood.
He played great. Give him credit.
So, but he deserves to have his moment here. So I hope that when he gets in the building, and I think this is going to be the case, people are going to have excitement, standing ovations of welcome back home. Because that's what he's helped us win a championship. The only championship we have, MPJ was a part of that.
Yeah, there's no question about it. And I do believe it's going to be a standing ovation for Michael Porter
so
Jr.
No boos.
No, and MPJ, while he was here, he could draw the ire of the fan base. Some of his inconsistencies. He missed some big shots and big games. But you want to know what, man? You look back. One, Michael Porter Jr. ended up being a steadying force from a health standpoint. That was the biggest question about his career.
You're right about that.
This is someone who basically redshirted their rookie year in the NBA. Just don't even think about playing. Another back surgery at a certain point in time after I think I forget what year, but earlier in his career. And then he just kept on showing up and playing. And I used to hold my breath when he would fall. And then he started to just keep getting up. Next thing you know, it's like, damn, this dude plays every single night.
Iron Man.
And
him and Josh Allen.
I wouldn't quite throw the Iron Man label on MPJ, but
hype him up.
The guy was great in Denver. Great. He was a part of your core that won a championship. Michael Porter Jr. has made the third most threes in the history of this franchise. Think about that. Top 3 in the history of the team making threes. The single best season from 3. Okay? The single most made threes in any single season in Nuggets history belongs to Michael Porter Jr. And I'll say this too, and I think this is going to surprise some people, okay? I forget why I was talking about it with you, effective field goal percentage.
Yeah.
Effective field goal percentage. And effective field goal percentage, to basketball people, it's like, if I take a layup and I get fouled and I go to the free throw line and I make 2 free throws, on the stat sheet from a field goal standpoint, it doesn't count as a shot. But I definitely did shoot. I got to the line. I made 2 free throws. That contributes to effective field goal percentage. I'll give you another one. If you take a shot, if you make a layup and I take a 3, we each made a shot. But mine is worth more.
Because it's a 3-point shot?
Yeah, that contributes to effective field goal percentage. The greatest effective field goal percentage in the history of the team belongs to Nikola Jokic. Guys, MPJ's number 2. MPJ's number 2. And I think thousands of people just heard that for the very first time and without realizing
then
it.
why are people so frustrated, or worse, so frustrated with MPJ when it comes to shooting? I mean, I was one of them at times. I'm like, damn, he's not shooting enough, or when he is shooting, he's missing. That's what it seemed like.
And sometimes when that is the hallmark of your game and you're not making shots, it's just extra irritating. But the truth is, I mean, MPJ, he made a lot of shots, and he shot great percentages from 3. Great. I mean, the guy is a bona fide shooter. The guy he's got just an incredible stroke on him. And so it's one of these things where I know, was he a perfect player? No. Was he extremely physical? No. Was he like some...
He waited until after the game to be perfect and have the physicality.
Well, I'll say this. The guy was a flawed player, but there's a lot of flawed players that are still fantastic for their organization. And Michael Porter Jr., you step away from it, and you look back, all right? The guy was a champion, and he had incredible moments here in Denver. And I think tonight, on a night like tonight, I think you stand up and you give him an ovation and you give him a tribute video.
Yes, and I think that's what's going to happen.
I think so too.
Because of what all the work he has put into helping us bring a championship here, because of who he is. It's not like people can say anything bad about the man. And you could be upset about his game here or there, but he's always handled himself well. Even though he's had those weird podcasts, he's always handled himself well.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He's a strange bird.
I got a question.
He's a different dude.
He is a different dude. You got to love those different people. Big question for you, though.
Yeah.
Are the Nuggets regretting trading him?
No.
The reason I ask this, is you got Cam Johnson, who's been unavailable for so long.
Yep.
And it's like, wow, this is who we traded for.
In the past 5 years, Cam Johnson has been more unavailable than Michael Porter Jr. Because I'm seeing on the RamosLaw.com text line, Michael Porter Jr. was always hurt. Dude, his last year in Denver, he played 77 of 82 games.
Yeah.
The year before that, he played 81 of 82 games. Missed a game. The year before that, he played 62 games. So, at a certain point, you keep showing up, you should not have, hey, that guy's always injured.
Well,
he's been available for 4 straight years.
But I'm asking, you can't make the club in the tub.
Yeah.
That's what they like to say. MPJ has been healthier. He's showing that he can do some more because he's on a bad team, so he's averaging 25 points. And then we have Cam Johnson that I'm waiting for just to stay consistent. Even when he got here, he was struggling because it's a new team. Then you get hurt. You have the shoulder, you have the bone bruise, and you look over there and MPJ's doing his thing.
Yeah, I still say no, you don't regret it. And if you're in a camp that says, hey, if he were here, okay. But I would just say what I said before the trade. It wasn't a 1-for-1. We can't look at this trade, Cam Johnson versus Michael Porter Jr. You have to look at it, Michael Porter Jr. against Cam Johnson, Jonas Valanciunas, Tim Hardaway, and Bruce Brown. You took a max contract and you splintered it between 4 different players. This is a team that needed depth in the worst kind of way. Got them beat in the playoffs. And you have that depth. And part of that depth has allowed you to stay afloat. Could you imagine if you didn't have this depth during this window of time without Jokic?
Yeah.
They would be screwed. So you can't look at it like a 1-to-1. You got to look at it like 4-to-1.
Yeah, and I was actually looking at it like the 1-to-1. Damn it, Zach, I hate when you change my mind.
Yeah, it makes sense. I would do it all over again. And guess what? Good for MPJ. He's playing great. He could get dealt here at the deadline to a contender. You may see him in the playoffs, so good for him. It was a great run here. It was a time to move on.
Yep.
They did. And, very rarely, I think, is a trade like a true win-win. It feels like a win-win, even despite some of the disjointed start to this Cam Johnson Denver Nuggets relationship.
All I have to say now is for MPJ, don't go off on us tonight. You can have your moment. You're going to have your tribute video, hopefully. Okay, standing ovation should be there. But don't go off on us. I don't want to see the 25 points. We don't have any of our players playing.
I think MPJ is going to play great tonight.
You think so?
I do.
What's the prediction?
I genuinely do. Nothing
he had
crazy.
27 last time.
I'll say he goes to 28. How about that?
All right.
28 points.
All right.
Back in his old barn. And we'll see what the next chapter is. But man, he had some moments. Like, dude, I remember they were playing the Suns in Phoenix, and MPJ has the ball at the top of the key. You pull this up on YouTube. Passes to Jokic, cuts hard to the basket. Jokic breaks him off with a dime. MPJ threw it on Kevin Durant's head, and Durant fell over. I mean, it was a true poster, the best dunk of his career. He had a moment in the finals against the Miami Heat. He's flanked by two defenders. I still don't know how he did it, but he threw the ball from behind him, through his legs, moving forward up court, and finished at the rim with contact. He had a quarter against Portland in the postseason in a playoff game. It's 20 points in the first quarter. I mean, it was just he had great moments. He had great moments. Some low lights too. I don't want to make him out to be Jordan, but he was a good player. He was a really good player, a core member of a championship team, and I'm not going to be dismissive of that.
Yeah,
so
give him his flowers, man.
All right, yeah. And if I didn't have my little 7-year-old basketball practice tonight, I would be down at that game. So. All right, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! And you want to know what, too? You want to know what, too?
What else did MPJ do?
No, you want to know what? I don't think it was ever a great on-court fit between MPJ and Jamal Murray.
I can agree with you on that. I mean, you could just feel the tension at times where MPJ would be wide open. Jamal Murray's not looking at him.
Correct.
Jamal Murray's going, whether he's going to shoot the ball or passing it across court, not looking at MPJ, and you could feel that tension build up at times.
Yeah, there's no question. And while I'm not going to draw a straight line from one to the other because there's so much context, but I do not think it's an accident that for the first time in 6 years, these two players are not playing together and they're both having career years. I don't think it's a coincidence.
That's interesting right there.
Again, I'm not going to draw a straight line that like one was holding the other back, but it just was never a great fit.
Yeah.
And again, both guys playing the best basketball of their career once they're separated for the first time in more than a half decade.
That's interesting right there. I wonder, I know you're saying you're not going to draw that line, but I wonder who's to blame. I wonder who would be the blame.
Jamal, I don't think I'm going psychiatrist here because Jamal has never said this out loud, and maybe he'll say it years after his career, but I just don't think Jamal ever really embraced MPJ, and I don't know why, but Jamal was a top 10 draft pick as a scorer, okay? And then you have MPJ, who once upon a time was going to go number 1 in the draft, but you have this back injury that he falls to the last pick in the lottery, and the Nuggets scoop him up, and the hallmark of MPJ's game is shooting. Same with Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray's made the most threes in Nuggets history. MPJ is third in Nuggets history. And I just think there was some not everything has to be drama-filled or hate-filled for things just to not be a fit sometimes. Yeah. And it was enough of a fit that they won a championship together. And I'm sure they got along fine off the court, but it just
well, Jamal is having the best year for himself, but so is MPJ, and that's all that matters, right? We win in this trade because MPJ's getting his, but we actually got the depth like you talked about, and we're having the Jamal Murray that we need, the second best player on this team. And what do we say all the time? We can't win without the second best player on this team being Jamal Murray. Well, now it has to be Jamal All-Star Murray because that's what this man is doing this year.
Yeah, and someone on the RamosLaw.com text line saying, hey, he was terrible in the championship run. He was not. He averaged over 17 points a game that season.
Yeah,
he might have not had a great NBA Finals. Maybe he didn't play great against the Miami Heat, but played great against the Lakers. I watched him average like 24 points a game against Los Angeles in the 24 postseason, I want to say. So, I think life's too short to hang on to any of that stuff.
Just give my man his flowers if you're going to the game. He did a lot for us.
So, all right. We'll see what it looks like tonight. Nuggets hosting the Brooklyn Nets. Okay. I want to circle back and have a conversation about Bo Nix, Broncos franchise quarterback, and the injury history. And obviously, it was a huge topic of conversation yesterday in a way that really no one saw coming. We had no idea Bo was going to speak. I mean, it was 90 minutes heads up before he did speak.
How'd you handle this? Did you say breaking news? Like, how did it go? We know you like to be dramatic. I want to know what happened, the details.
Well, we found out, again, like just a little bit before our show started, that he was going to speak. So we're like, okay, we'll change the plan a little bit. We're obviously going to take some Bo audio here, him speaking for the first time since the injury. But it was interesting because, and I mentioned this with Richie yesterday, Drew was rolling on the audio. Drew Spivak, producer here, was rolling on the audio in another studio. And he came in here to load it up on the iPad, and all he said was, Bo is pissed. And I'm like, Bo's pissed? I really didn't. Here's the thing about the Sean comments. I'm listening to it from a fan's point of view, listening to a football coach speak. I never really ran those comments through the filter of what would it be like for Bo Nix to hear it. It never really occurred to me, Phil.
It didn't occur to me either. I'm listening to the coach just like you are, saying, okay, like he's telling us that Bo has had this injury, has happened once before or a couple times before, who knows? And that's it. And then you kind of go on your way, and I think that's what we did. And everybody with the staff, with the coaching staff and the players, they're going to Cancun, and we're sitting here trying to figure out what we're going to do. I didn't look at it like, hey, Sean's taking a shot at Bo, and Bo feels some type of way about it.
Well, I don't think Sean was intending to take a shot either. I just think he said too much, as he often does, and just kind of got in his own way. I do not think that Sean Payton was trying to, like,
hurt Bo,
yes. Label Bo anyway. I think they organically clashed. The same way that we've been hearing behind the scenes of these two human beings organically clashing throughout the season.
Yeah.
Right? You've talked about it. It's not just the on the field stuff.
It is not. And it's not. And just because we say, hey, they've had a clash doesn't mean that they have bad blood against each other. Like this is a relationship we're talking about. We're talking about a young quarterback trying to find his way in the league. We're talking about an old Sean Payton who's been in the league that wants to win another Super Bowl. They want to do the same thing. They want to win. And there's been times that I've heard where Bo and Sean don't see eye to eye, whether it's Bo having to protect a teammate or it's Bo like, hey, I don't like this plan and the game plan that you have here. Let's change this. And both of them having disagreements. It's going to happen. I feel like it's healthy to do that. You need to be able to agree to disagree and then kind of come back together, find a way to get through it, win these games, which they were able to do, and build a relationship that way. So Bo and Sean have a weird relationship that works for them.
Yeah, it works for them. It works for them. But yesterday was different. Yesterday was different because Bo was upset with Sean. It played out publicly.
Yeah.
All right. And it just was one of the weirder days covering this football team. It was pretty unique. It was just pretty unique. But separate from the conversation of sort of like the little, Cold War between those two, or however you want to label it, war of words, or whatever you would want to label it.
Over there.
And let me just say this before I get into what I really want to talk about. Like, just because you get into a fight doesn't mean you get a divorce. These two human beings need one another. I don't think this is going to extend beyond this window of time. What is this window of time? I'm not sure. Is it today? Is it for the next couple weeks? Is it till OT? I don't know. But ultimately, this will not linger in a meaningful way. I hope, anyway.
I'm glad you said it right like that. You hope. I'm the same way. I hope. Hopefully they can come together at some point, hash things out if they haven't already. All right, get on the same page. Be able to talk and communicate that way. Because there are some times where Bo he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Sure.
And you can see his emotion. But also, it looks bad on TV at times. Even this year where Sean comes up to Bo at one of the games and Bo seems like, he's mad and angry. Well, now we're talking about it. And Sean, Sean's listening, whether it's here or anywhere else, he's reading things. Mm-hmm. And it's not a good look. It's not a good look for both of them. So I think at some point, Sean and Bo still need to sit down and say, hey, look, we can have our differences. We can have our arguments, but don't put it out to the public. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. We need to work on this because we end up making it worse than it really is. And now we have a bad situation on our hands, and now we're not focusing on the right things. And that's when you start to have a bad relationship.
Yeah. And I don't know how Bo works internally in his heart, in his head, because there are times, and I'm thinking of something in my life where a friend, a dear friend who I love, just sort of like did something that was just sort of like, I didn't like it. I mean,
rubbed you the wrong way.
Yeah, very much so, and it was hurtful. And while I'm still friends with them and I still love them, it's never quite been the same since.
Would you say the trust factor?
Yeah.
Like for Bo, it seems like Bo is a guy that, and actually I know this, like just from hearing around, like he's a big trust guy.
Yeah, I think that's yeah. From a trust standpoint, and you get cut.
Yeah.
And it's like, again, it can be like maybe 90% of what it was, but there's just always this thing that, because of what happened, holds it back from being 100% of what it was.
It's like never again will I even let that even come close to happening.
So there's potential that, because Bo was really upset, okay? And there's potential maybe that there's a ripple effect. That if there's another sort of chapter in the trust tree thing, maybe you could start talking about, man, these two are really not on the same page. Hopefully it doesn't get to that. And I don't think it's going to get to that. I really don't. They need each other too much, and I think Bo is too mature. But we'll see. We'll see. In terms of the more like tangible conversation, I mentioned this yesterday, Phil. I am hearing in general, with a broad stroke, like a lack of concern tone coming from mostly everyone in our market.
Okay.
Whether it's fans on social media, whether it's other hosts who do this job here and beyond, I'm not hearing a lot of concern when it comes to this injury history and the repetitive nature of a similar injury.
Mm.
And what just happened a couple weeks ago, Bo Nix hurting his ankle again, and the impact of not going to a Super Bowl because of it, it doesn't feel like the voices that I'm hearing and the tone that I'm hearing, it's not necessarily in my head like matching the impactful nature of what happened, which matches what has happened multiple times in the past with the same injury. And I don't know. And I will raise my hand. While most everyone is not concerned about this, and I was listening, I'll give you just a brief example. I was listening to the first couple segments of Mike and Stoke this morning.
Yeah.
And while Stoke said, man, that's really odd. It's really odd that it'd be 3 different ankle injuries. That's really odd, but I'm not concerned. I'm not worried about it. And it's like sort of that sort of thing. And I'm like, well, how can you not be worried about it? It just impacted a trip to a Super Bowl, and it's the 3rd time it happened, but it's also kind of more than 3 because Bo Nix didn't go to the Pro Bowl last year. Why?
Because of cleaning up his ankle.
Cleaning up his ankle, and we're not counting that as one of the surgeries. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it.
No, and like, look, every fan has their own way of coping or thinking of things, and you always say you're never going to tell a fan how to fan. But it is a little weird that Bo Nix continues to have issues with his ankle. Now, for me, I blew my knee out in high school. I never blew my knee out again. Now I had some meniscus work, but I talk about full blown out ACL and everything else.
Yep.
So I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that now. With that being said, my Achilles heel was my wrist.
Yep.
As we already know, I had 2 surgeries on my right and 1 surgery on my left. For some odd reason, I just had bad wrists. And every time I would go out to do a stiff arm, I broke my wrist. And I don't know if that's just the part of my body that was brittle, but I kept worrying about it. And they knew that. And not just the Denver Broncos, but anybody that brought me in, you're going to do the test on your whole body. You're going to see the damage of your wrist and say, okay, like, do you like it? Do you not? And are the bones still good, or are they brittle? Like, you can tell that on an x-ray, and they're so good at this anymore. So for Bo Nix, it's surprising that the Denver Broncos haven't done their research on, okay, why.
They must have, though, right?
You would think.
But
you
Sean,
go through so many MRI machines and making sure that these players are ready to go, you would think that they were okay with what they saw on the images with his ankles.
Yeah, but Sean said, now I don't know if he was trying to be funny. I wouldn't think so because it wasn't a funny moment. But he said he didn't know about the one in high school. Do you believe that? Because I thought they gathered every jot and tittle in the draft process. Would there be a real ankle injury in high school that they didn't know about?
See, I don't know if Bo had surgery on it. I don't that's the thing. Do we have any information? It's
okay,
if he had surgery on it, that's one thing.
I'm glad you said that because this was a real sticking point with the Denver Broncos yesterday in their community because this was not a good day for the Denver Broncos yesterday from a public relations standpoint.
It hasn't been for a couple weeks now.
Correct. And so, but yesterday was a little bit more meaningful from a PR standpoint, and that operation over there really went on the offensive. Okay, and trying to battle this sort of story and some of the pieces within the story, okay, and some of the details. And that was, and there was a reason you saw half the market delete tweets yesterday.
Yeah, they were there for a second and then they were gone.
Yes, and they were following the story. So I saw tweets get deleted from a bunch of people, okay? And that's because Broncos PR went on the offensive. That's why. And so, and look, they have a job to do. They have a job to do.
They protect their players, protect their organization. That's their job.
Yeah, but part of that job yesterday became almost semantical, where it was Sean said what Sean's quote was in referencing Bo breaking his ankle and needing surgery. He said Bo had an ankle in high school and had an ankle in college. He actually didn't specifically say that he had surgery. Now, we know he had surgery on this one.
Yes.
We know he had surgery on the college one.
Correct.
However, it's never been put out there whether he had surgery for the high school one. Now, I think that is with normal deduction skills. If you're saying this happened for a 3rd time and you need surgery, I think normal deduction skills would lend you to believe that he had surgery on the high school one.
Yeah.
But it was part of the semantical battle that they were fighting yesterday of like, hey, you're saying that he had surgery 2 previous times. Sean didn't actually say that. He only said he had an ankle. So we're kind of really in the weeds here with this.
We are, but the reason why I feel like they're bringing that up is because Bo Nix wants it out there that he's not injury prone. Bo Nix is the one that has the issue with this. He does not like that Sean went out there and even said he had something wrong with him in high school, which was interesting that Sean even said it right after talking to Bo.
Correct.
Literally after talking to Bo, then he met back with the media. This was after the Buffalo Bills game. And I think at that time he was trying to make it like a little joke because he said like we wouldn't have drafted you.
Right.
But you spill the beans, you put it out there, and you have everybody that's at some point, if this happens again, it's like, yo, it is an issue, and you are injury prone. That's exactly what people are going to start saying, and that's the narrative and the picture being painted. And Bo is trying to stop that. Do you believe that Bo Nix is injury prone?
Look,
I know you want everybody to be aware that, hey, like, isn't it funny that he keeps dealing with ankles, and it's not just one, right? It's different ones, so maybe that's a little different in this.
I was gonna say it's been both ankles.
Yeah.
It's not just like one bad ankle. It's been both ankles. And you were just talking about your wrist. You said I had 2 surgeries on this wrist, 1 surgery on this wrist. Well, I think it's safe to say, Bo, if you want to assume that he had surgery on the high school one, that he's had 2 on one ankle and 1 on the other. But you said for whatever reason, I had issues with my wrist.
Yes.
And all I'm saying is, for whatever reason, Bo has had issues with his ankles. And I feel like it's being almost dismissed from a tone standpoint, or even diving into the conversation standpoint, because I think that people don't want to get labeled being a hater or a fearmonger or negative. But here's the facts, guys. He's had 3 significant ankle injuries with a separate cleanup job last year. So they went into the ankle and did stuff last year.
It's a surgery still, no matter what. Cleanup job is still a surgery.
Okay, so if you want to label it a surgery, that means he's been here for 2 years and has had 2 ankle surgeries with 2 previous significant ankle surgeries, and more than likely ankle issues, and more than likely ankle surgeries. So, I'll use the same example I did yesterday with Richie. If Jamal Murray, who's been here since 2015, broke his ankle and had it surgically repaired in 2017, broke his ankle and had it surgically repaired in 2021, broke his ankle and had it surgically repaired in 2020 in the 25 season,
it's a pattern,
and prevented the Nuggets from going to an NBA Finals, it'd be like a huge conversation. And it doesn't feel like this one's as big of a conversation as that would be, because the 2 previous ones, the bigger boy ones, happened before he was a Denver Bronco, but that doesn't mean they didn't happen. And
so me, what I want to know is, do you feel like this man is injury prone?
I'm not going to put that
because
label.
You're bringing the awareness out, right?
I'm not going to put the injury prone label on him, even though it sounds like that's what because I'm just not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that right now.
Well, okay, because I'm saying, JK, a bunch of people tag him injury prone because the 6 years he's been in the league, he hasn't been able to stay healthy for a full season.
But we saw Bo stay healthy for a full season last year.
We have
finish it anyway.
Exactly, and then this year he missed 1 game. Now this 1 game may have cost us a Super Bowl, right? That sucks to say it like that, but it's the truth. So with Bo Nix, I look at it as we're playing a game, and I played against, I said they're playing a game that your body should not be playing in. The way that you get hit, the way that you move, the way that you get landed on, you are going to break something, tear something, pull something. It's going to happen to you. And if it doesn't, that means that you've been sitting on that sideline warming up that damn bench. And so I can't sit here and say that Bo Nix is injury prone because he's only missed 1 game in 2 years in the NFL.
Right.
And he's a dual threat type of quarterback. So he's utilizing his legs like a Josh Allen. He's utilizing his legs like a Lamar Jackson. And the more that you use those legs, all right, you're going to get hit. And if you get hit in this league, you have a chance to get hurt. That's simple as that. It's easy math. So I don't want to sit here and say he's injury prone because we sit here and advocate for him to run more.
That's right.
We want him to run more, but then when he gets hurt, we sit here and say, well, you're injury prone. That doesn't work like that.
No, and that's why I'm not doing that. I'm not going to put the label on him. But at the same time, I would be being disingenuous if I did not say that I was concerned, because I am. Because typically that an issue like that does not get better with age. He's 25. It happened in high school, college, and his first 2 years in the pros. So, and you mentioned the dual threat ability. That is a huge portion of his game. Huge. Now, I'm not saying, like, if he loses that, he's not an NFL player, starter, or even franchise. I don't know what that looks like yet. And he's going to get,
he needs to develop. This is where he has to develop as a quarterback. This is where his mind and arm, they have to develop. That's where Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, that's where they killed everybody. They didn't have the athletic ability like Bo Nix, but they can kill you with that mind and that arm. So if Bo can organically grow into that as he gets older, that's what you're looking for. But right now he's a baby, and he still has some deficiencies. So what he has to do is run. all right, when it's not their run, until he gets this playbook, until he gets comfortable with his body as an NFL player or a quarterback, I should say.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm so concerned. Now, if it happens again, then we can have the conversations that you're right. But right now, because we've asked that man for 2 straight years to be the identity of that offense.
And he has been.
That's why he's hurt.
Yeah.
That's why he's dealing with having to get cleanup jobs, because we don't have a damn run game to help him out. We don't have a tight end to help him out. Some explosive weapons to where it's so easy for him to just dump down and let them make the play, because we suck at screens. Like Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos organization need to put people around Bo to help him out so that we can keep him healthy and we can win a damn Super Bowl.
There's no doubt. And at the root of this, it's the Denver Broncos finally found their franchise quarterback.
Yes.
After a decade searching and wandering through the desert, they found him. And this is now, in my mind, like just right in the back of it, and it's going to be there until it's not. And you know, I brought up MPJ earlier, who's going to make his homecoming tonight, or return to where he played for 6 seasons. He had an incredible injury label on him, and he just kept showing up and playing, falling and getting up. And next thing you know, you look back, it's like, wait, this guy's been healthy for 4 straight years. It's gonna have to take a stretch like that for me personally, because you finally found your franchise quarterback, and what happened these last 2 weeks was really, really meaningful. You didn't have him for the AFC Championship game, and there's the phrase for a reason. Like, 1 time is an accident, 2 times a coincidence, and 3 times is a pattern. Well, we have 3.5 times now, if you're counting the orthoscopic surgery.
Yeah.
So, and here's the thing, I don't even know what you can do about it. I'm not even sitting here like trying to present some solution. I have no idea.
We're sitting here trying to help him out. He knows what he has to do. He knows that he has to do more research, and they're going to try their damnedest to do that. But at the end of the day, it's football. You can't run from an injury. It's going to happen to you no matter what, whether it's your first year or your last, and you wait until your last year playing in the league, something is going to happen, because it's the nature of the beast.
Well, you said something there in passing that I think is not only interesting but relevant to this offseason, and I want to talk about it next.
Which pending free agent do the Denver Broncos have to bring back next season?
I will say this. If I did the ranking, right, of these 4 notable free agents, I'm going to put JFM first. If they don't want to prioritize him, I'm going to. You win football games from the big uglies up front.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
You can swirl it, you can sip it, but the best way is to share it. Hey y'all, I'm Deanna, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You get that bold flavor of the Coke mixed with the smooth deliciousness of the vanilla ice cream. You have a juicy filet and a smooth, creamy float. It's an awesome pairing.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Are you stuck staring at your W-2? Are tax refund worries holding you back? You probably have FOMO, the fear of messing up. The fix? Using TurboTax on Intuit Credit Karma. They find every credit and deduction to help you get every refund dollar you deserve, or your money back. It's time to overcome your fear of messing up and get your taxes done right. Start filing today in the Credit Karma app.
Is your money doing everything it can for you? Like automatically pushing more of your money to savings every day?
I don't think so.
Then switch to Huntington Bank and let's get more from money. Huntington Bank, welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Hey Broncos country, it's Terrell Davis here. It's a new year. It's time to work on a new you.
At Fitness Gallery, we have deals everywhere, up to 50% off. We have the nation's lowest prices on the best equipment money can buy. We carry true treadmills. They are the smoothest, quietest, and best warranty treadmills ever built for the home. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose, from the safety and comfort of your own home. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins. We have you covered.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with as little as 3% down. So if home ownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans, at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
New deals, new wheels. AutoNation's New Year, New Wheels event is going on now. Drive any new or used vehicle 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Save thousands on Toyotas, Fords, Hondas, Chevys, Mercedes-Benz, and more. 0 down and 0 payments for 90 days. Hurry to your nearest AutoNation store today or AutoNation.com. On select models with approved credit. Interest accrues from date of purchase on deferred payments. See store for details.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, "Don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food." But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I could achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You will feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I trust more in hair restoration. Their simple FUE treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is backed by the Advanced Hair Guarantee. I know from personal experience, Advanced Hair's exceptional standard of care makes your comfort and your results their top priority. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR. Discover what meeting your resolution could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
HelloFresh makes home cooking nutritious, delicious, and exciting. You excited when you get those freezer-burnt, pre-packaged meals in the mail? I know I'm not. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
You said something in passing there.
I say a lot, man. I forget what I say sometimes. So what I say?
You do say some stuff sometimes.
Ditto.
Where's that button? Here it is.
I'm like Coach Prime. Not everything's gonna make sense now.
Oh no, but you said something in passing when we were talking about Bo's injury history.
Yeah.
You said that's why they need to give him a run game.
Yes.
This has to play a role into the offseason. And they shouldn't have needed it to, but they were not serious enough during the season about addressing the running back position before the trade deadline, and it cost them. And you can make an argument it cost them a trip to the Super Bowl, because you could, and there's no way of proving it, so it's kind of fantasy football here, but you can make an argument that if the Denver Broncos had Breece Hall,
that's your guy,
the guy I was banging the table and advocating for ahead of the trade deadline because of the risk of J.K. Dobbins' injury history, they needed to address it in a more meaningful way, because we knew at that time we had already had enough evidence that was like, all right, R.J. Harvey's not a 1A starter right now. If he had to be the 1A starter, the Broncos would be in trouble. Well, guess what? Dobbins got hurt. They didn't make a trade, and the Broncos were in trouble.
And if you remember, I want to say the Chiefs were trying to get Breece Hall for a 4th-round draft pick. Now, I have to go back and I have to do some research on that, but I think the Chiefs wanted him, and they were willing to give them a 4th-round draft pick.
And they wanted a 3rd.
They wanted a 3rd.
Yep.
Crazy. So we could have had Breece Hall for a 3rd-round draft pick, which we have. We have a 3rd-round draft pick for him. And you're getting a running back who, yes, you're going to have to pay some money for after that year, who just went for his first 1,000-yard year this year. But you're getting a running back that you could rely on if something happened to J.K. Dobbins, which, by the way, something happened to J.K. Dobbins, and you were relying on a rookie running back who's not a true RB1 in this league. Let's face it, because of some of the things he doesn't do. All right, the explosiveness, the consistency, breaking the tackles consistently. Like the feel of it, the explosiveness is just not there. Let's be real. If you want to argue, we can argue about it. But, yeah, I'm with you. Breece Hall would have been a great addition to this Denver Broncos backfield to help us out in a snow game.
Yeah, and look, you can't change the past with any of this stuff. You cannot change the past, but you can change the future, and the future is right now. They need to go out in free agency and sign Breece Hall.
Oh, you didn't even give other options. Breece Hall is the only one you're going for?
I said Breece. Yeah. Well, no, I'm open to others. But he would be my top target because of his production, because of his consistency,
yes,
because of his availability, and because of his age. Those 4 things coming together. 1,000-yard rusher, check. Has he ever rushed in any season below 4.2 yards a carry? No. We've seen as high as 5.2 yards a carry. The guy is in his physical prime. He's 24 years old.
Yeah.
And so you put him, if he was able to run for 1,000 yards for the New York Jets, and you put him in a Sean Payton offense behind this offensive line, I know they're not God's gift to offensive line, but they're better than
the best. They're one of the best.
They're one of the better offensive lines in the league, certainly better than the New York Jets. And, I think you go out there and do it. And I also think you go into the draft in a day 2 pick. You have 5 picks in the top 4 rounds. One of those 5 picks needs to be a running back to fortify the position. And you move forward into next season with R.J. Harvey, Breece Hall, and a young drafted running back to pair with.
I mean, I love it. I love it. And we know the Denver Broncos are going to have to do something about the running back room, because you have Tyler Bidet, you're not bringing him back. You have Jaleel McLaughlin, my guessing is you're not going to bring him back. So the only guy in the running back room as of right now is R.J. Harvey. So, yes, you're going to have to pick one up in the draft. I don't know what round they're going to do that, but they're going to have to address that. And you need a vet in that room that you can rely on, because R.J. Harvey is still young and he's developing like people want to say. So you need a vet that can help him out. If you decide not to take J.K. Dobbins and you want to go younger, somebody that's a little healthier, that does not have the injury history, Breece Hall would be a good one. Another one is a guy that we talked about last year is Rico Dowdle.
Yep.
All right, 236 carries this year with the Carolina Panthers. All right, was sharing time with Chuba Hubbard. All right, he had 1,000 yards, over 1,000 yards rushing and 6 touchdowns. He could complement someone like R.J. Harvey. But no matter what, that's the first thing that comes to my mind. We must get a run game to help Bo Nix out. Why? Because we want Bo Nix to stay healthy. We don't want Bo Nix running all around and being the identity of the offense. We want a run game, a tight end, and being explosive with the receivers to help Bo Nix stay healthy so we can win a damn Super Bowl.
We'll see how they do it. You know, something else I'm open to as well is going to get Breece Hall. Obviously, R.J. Harvey's not – I'm going to sneeze here any second. Sorry.
Here we Bless you.
R.J. Harvey, Breece Hall, and instead of a drafted running back, bring back Dobbins. I'm open to that. We talked about that 2 days ago. He's going to cost not a lot of money. Not a lot of money.
That's a lot of mouths to feed, especially if you have two vets in the room feeling some type of way where it's like, hey, I was a top 5 running back, JK, saying that, and you gave the money to this guy. You're stepping on people's toes now when you do something like that. Like, for us, it sounds good.
Yeah, but I don't think you build a football team placating the personality.
Yeah, but you want
if it's a good fit here. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're only as good.
I think JK would be. Look,
I don't think so, Z.
Well, maybe not. You. But he might this might be the best fit. And the pitch is like, hey, okay. Don't know if you've been injured every single year of your career. You don't like the injury-prone label, but you've been injured every year of your career.
Yeah, Bo Nixon's gonna be talking like this soon, huh?
Well, we'll see. Look, you stay with this strength and conditioning program. You're not going to have the load. You are going to stay healthy for the first time this season. You're going to be a 1B to Breece Hall. RJ is a weapon coming out of the backfield. And I think you could pitch that. If he wants to go be the starter and play 9 games again, then he can go do that.
Yeah, well, it's going to come down to the money. Money talks. Like, you're acting like this is college. Like, what does the money look like?
We know what the money looks like.
Then I'm not signing here.
They're going to have the most cap space in years. So, the money looks like for JK.
I'm thinking about, look, Breece Hall, I'm all in for. But you want to say Breece Hall, JK, RJ. I mean, damn. Put me in there, too.
Stack them.
Just put me in there as well.
Stack them. Okay. Mike on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043 in relation to the Bo conversation. If a person who is a year away from giving Bo Nix a $300 million contract extension, if they're not worried, why should you be worried? That's from Mike. Mike, appreciate you listening. How do you know they're not worried? How do you know? Do you think they're going to go up into a microphone and say they're worried? They would never do that. They were always going to say they're not worried about it. But a lot of things are said into a microphone that might not be 100% true. Maybe it's 70% true, 80% true. Don't know. But we don't know. They're never going to give us that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. What did we learn today in Denver sports? We unfortunately got a piece of bad news earlier today that we'll share with you next.
After a heartbreaking loss in the AFC Championship game, how will the Broncos approach their pivotal offseason?
We have to be on our game. We have to make really good decisions. We're going to be aggressive. We have some cap room. We have 5 picks in the first 4 rounds. I always talk flexibility. We're going to have all sorts of flexibility.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, it's a brand new year. And I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question here soon. And if you are, then you know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers. So whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a milestone, or finally just doing something for yourself for once, this is where it all begins at Williams Jewelers. This new year, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but they're going to give you the best price in Colorado, guaranteed. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
The Ultimate RV Show is returning to the Colorado Convention Center in Denver, Colorado. Admission is free. Join us January 28th through the 31st to shop special show pricing on over 300 fully staged new and used RVs. Get a first look at brand new models. Browse a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Check out the latest RV gear and accessories and enter to win a new RV. Don't miss the Ultimate RV Show at the Colorado Convention Center, January 28th through the 31st. Get your free ticket today at ultimatervshow.com.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Denver football faithful. Join Cherry Hills Community Church February 8th for their Super Sunday celebration at the 9 or 10:30 a.m. services. Hear guest speaker and former Bronco Joel Dreesen. Come for a full day of family-friendly fun and a chance to win a Broncos football, autographed by John Elway, Bo Nix, and Peyton Manning. Kids can enjoy an NFL-style experience. The whole family can enjoy free food. It's a Super Sunday celebration on February 8th at Cherry Hills Community Church. Learn more at cherryhills.com/events.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. For 50-80 Exteriors, Colorado homes face more risk than ever from intense weather, including wildfire exposure. 50-80 Exteriors prioritizes fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance exterior upgrades with reliable quality installations. Protect your home with James Hardy siding, TimberTech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows, all designed to stand up to heat, weather, and time. They also offer 60 months no-interest financing. 50-80 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000. Use code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000.
At Berg Simpson, we are passionate about what we do. We bring that passion and our expertise to the office and courtroom every single day. We're always working hard and are committed to doing everything we can to give our clients the best opportunity to have a great result.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
All right, looking back at the day, what did we learn today in Denver sports? Before we do that, we invite in friend of the show, the scrappy one, the scrapster, Scrap Peterson. What up, Will? What up, boys? How we doing? Scrappy!
I'm great. How are you guys?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. You want to hit anything off the top here?
Yeah, I think just, and this will tie into what you were teasing, but just the list of guys who've gotten hurt in Denver sports the last few months. I mean, I just typed it out today because I had to see it for myself. It's Bo Nix, Nikola Jokic, Gabriel Landeskog, J.K. Dobbins, Aaron Gordon, Devon Tays, Christian Brown, Troy Franklin, Brandon Jones, Cam Johnson, Pat Bryant, maybe a few others. Think about the star power that's gotten hurt in the last 2.5 months. We're so lucky that the Avs are good, the Broncos are good, the Nuggets are good. But that list right there, that's full of all-stars.
Yeah.
Maybe a Hall of Famer or two on that list one day. Certainly one with Nikola Jokic. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is. And one of the unfortunate pieces of news we got today was about Aaron Gordon. And we know that his season was impacted last year in a meaningful way, dealing with a calf injury that resulted with a hamstring pull. We have the same sequence here. He got hurt last Friday. He had been dealing with a calf, hamstring pulled after bringing the ball up the court in transition, grabbed at it immediately. We haven't seen him on the court since. News came out during our show. He's going to be out for at least 4 to 6 weeks before he's reevaluated. And much like Jokic, they say, hey, reevaluate it at 4 weeks. Well, 4 weeks came. It's going to be another week. It's going to be February here in just 72 hours or whatever it is. And the season ends in April. He's not going to be back until at least March. So you're running out of runway here.
For all of them. Not just AG, but for all of them, see?
So you have Jokic still on the shelf. Cam Johnson has been on the shelf for way longer than I thought. You have Christian Brown, who's been on the shelf for way longer than I thought. And now Aaron Gordon's going to be down for the foreseeable future. And it's just, man, it's not the end of the world. It's not the worst kind of news, but it certainly ain't good either.
No, it's not good at all. And at this point, the logical question is, do you shut him down until the playoffs? Because the reality is, if you're going to win a championship, you're going to play, 20 to 25 games?
Yeah.
Last time AG's played 20 to 25 games in a row, we're going on a couple seasons now. I need him for those 20 to 25 games in the postseason. I'm very tempted to just shut him down to the playoffs. And I'm talking round 1, game 1. And I'm hoping I'm the 3 seed and I can ease him back in against the Phoenix Suns or something like that. But the risk is too high, guys, because guess what? If you're playing the Thunder and it's a 2-2 series and he pulls up in game 5, your season's done. I think you got to shut him down till the playoffs.
Man, you know what? I disagree, but I've heard crazier ideas as well. You know, I want him to get back in great shape and basketball rhythm before the playoff starts. No matter who they play in the first round, it's not going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah.
The West is so competitive right now. I'll ask you both. Concern level out of 10 when it comes to Aaron Gordon and the news we got today.
I'm going to go with an 8, just because Aaron Gordon, this hindered him last year. And now you're talking about it happening again. He's already pulled it this year. He just retweaked it. What does it look like if he's just sitting there? I know that now you can't look at him as okay, you're going to be starting. Maybe coming off the bench will help him out, help him stay healthier if he's not going to take the rest or do what you want him to do, Will, and wait until the playoffs. But my concern-o-meter is at 8, man, because we need him, one of the biggest players for us, to win a championship.
Yeah, you're not winning a championship without Aaron Gordon. What is your concern level?
Yeah, probably about an 8 as well. That was the number that came to mind. I'll just give you guys a little bit of an example. A different sport, I know, but what did Gabe Landeskog do in 2022? He got his knee worked on, he got his first surgery, and he literally didn't play till round 1, game 1, and played excellent during those 20 games, and the Avs hoisted the cup. So I understand different sports, basketball rhythm, but we have seen a recent example of a star athlete doing just that.
Yep. Nope, that's a good reference point. Okay, what else did we learn today in Denver sports? Broncos have 2 finalists for the inaugural Protector of the Year, and I think you wrote about this at DenverSports.com.
Yeah, I think this is really cool. Honestly, how many awards go to skill position players? Basically all of them, right? And the NFL is finally giving some love to the big guys up front. 2 of the 6 nominees in Denver, Garrett Bowles and Quinn Miners, either would be a worthy candidate. And I'm glad, too, they're announcing this thing at NFL Honors next week. So the night they do MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, they will do Protector of the Year as well. If I'm Bowles or Miners, I'll go out there. If I win this, and I'm the first guy to ever win it, I want to be up on stage accepting it.
I mean, and I feel like Garrett Bowles has a great chance to win it because of his year this year, but also just the resume the past couple of years. And it's just fun for the big guys to be recognized, to be able to have that opportunity to go out there and have a little fun with their wife, or sit there and hope that they can get this award. So hopefully one of them wins it. I think it may end up being someone like Garrett Bowles.
Well, if you win it, it'll be cool any year to win it. But to get the inaugural Protector of the Year, like the first, you're a trivia question forever.
Totally. And is 40 years from now the award named the Garrett Bulls Protector of the Year? I don't know. It'd be kind of fun, right? Win the very first one.
It would be fun. I'd fade that though. I can't see I can't quite see
GB
naming.
Zone.
Yeah, the GB Zone Award. All right. Fun show. It flew by. We're gonna be back tomorrow at 2:00 to finish this week strong, and I can't wait to do it. Phil?
Sir, man, it was good to be back with you, man.
Yep, great to have you back. We step aside. It's Denver Sports Tonight coming up next.
A 2025 season came to a frustrating end. But the Broncos look like they're just getting started.
Just 2 years ago, you had people around the NFL saying the Broncos would be lucky to be able to field a team. And what did they do in those 2 years? They won 24 games, finished first, hosted the AFC Championship game, and lost a 3-point game with a backup quarterback.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Fellas, the new year is here. That means better workouts, better habits, and let's talk about the resolution nobody wants to say out loud, and that's showing up strong in the bedroom. Guys, you already know this, but if you're dealing with erectile dysfunction, otherwise known as ED, it's an intimacy destroyer. And research out there shows that you can draw away from your partner when ED affects your sex life. These conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse. A man's partner can blame themselves when ED becomes a problem. But I'm here to tell you that at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with